on the mission.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a big game. How's everybody doing out there today? John here with you. Let's get into the starting lineups. I got Alec here. He's going to go ahead and join in for this game. This should be a good one. So, head coach by Peter DeBoer. It's the Dallas Stars: Roope, Hintz, Jason Robertson, Logan Stankoven, Thomas Harley, Miro Heiskanen, Matt Duchene, Mason Marchment, Tyler Seguin, Esa Lindell, and Chris Tanev. Wyatt Johnston, Jamie Benn, Joe Pavelski, Sam Steele, getting to Donald, Craig Smith with Ryan Suter and Niels Lundqvist. Of note, going into the TNT pregame, Dallas is down to 5 defensemen, and they're playing in the elements today. Jake Ottinger will be the goaltender of record. And for the Colorado Avalanche, it sounds like this: head coach by Jared Bednar, Nathan MacKinnon, Nichushkin, Mikko Rantanen, Devon, Cale, Makar, Casey Middlestead, Arturi Lekkinen, Zach Parise, Sam Girard, Josh Manson, Ross Colton, Miles Wood, Joel Kiviranta, Jakob Schreinen, Brandon Domain, Andrew Cogliano with Jack Johnson and Sean Walker, Alexander Georgiev in net. Alec, this has been a series so far where the Dallas Stars up 3-0, Dallas Stars up 4-0 at certain portions of the game, and Colorado came back charging, but it is 1-1, and we're in Bowl Arena.
Oh, the beauty of playoffs. When we were thinking that the East would be the series to watch, we all of a sudden are getting intriguing. Has been going about, well, yeah. The Rangers Hurricanes on paper was supposed to be a coin flip, and to the Hurricanes' credit, they did stay alive in Game 4 of the result. But I think this game, this is getting all the intrigue in the Western U.S., along with Canucks Oilers up north in Canada. But this series, we mentioned about how the Stars have started fast, and the Avs have usually been playing from behind. Now, when we come into this game, it's time that the Avs play from in front, which means a fast start heading into Game 3.
So from what I've seen in the pregame and some of the notes and looking at some of the things I had set up here, Nathan MacKinnon and Cale Makar really didn't factor into Game 2, and I don't see that happening in Game 3. I'm expecting the Avalanche first 10 minutes against the Stars.
I mean, when you look at it that way, Game 2, with how they've been much of a non-factor in Game 2, you don't see that often from Colorado. Usually they'd be coming out at their usual dominant selves. The goals were by Joel Kiviranta, Brandon Duchene, and Val Nichushkin. MacKinnon and Makar, they were up Mikko Rantanen. You're not going to see that again. We don't anticipate that happening again this time around, because normally we'll see them on the stat sheet, and we expect that to be the same thing here in Game 3 in Colorado.
Yeah, I do too. So in Game 1, quick reset, because I know it's a couple minutes to the puck drop. Dallas had a wonderful. It was 3 quick goals. Suter, Johnson, and Benn. They were up 3-0 after the first. Georgiev, he stops 2019 and 22 in the loss. Colorado stays locked in, and MacKinnon says they're still into it. Yes, they were. 4 unanswered goals. If Manson didn't block Benn's chance at the end of the first period at the goal line, maybe this could have been a with Nichushkin, Makar, MacKinnon, and Wood. That was an electric OT capper in Game 1. So Colorado was able to steal one, but Dallas bounced back again. Dallas had a 4-0 lead in the next game. This time at the end of the second period, Heiskanen scores twice, also once in the power play. Hintz and then Seguin shorthanded. Colorado made it 4 with 4 minutes left to go, but as we mentioned, the big boys weren't on the score sheet. Former star Joel Kiviranta, Brandon Domain, and Nichushkin again. Ottinger 28 of 31 in the win. Georgiev 27 of 31 in the loss. That's your quick reset as we go into Anthem shortly. We're at Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. Hell, the Nuggets got a big win. The Avalanche need one now.
It's time for Colorado to answer the call, responding with a big win. And remember when Tyler Seguin, he had no goals on 25 shots? Well, let's throw that out the window now. Now that he's on the score sheet for the first time, needed to instill confidence.
Yeah, I thought from watching a couple of those games and then throughout the series against the Vegas Golden Knights, there was so many chances for Seguin, and he would just get denied left and right on the left dot, but he was playing well, and that's what you need to do. They're showing Jamie Benn. I said, I guess we're not even going to do the anthems here. We're just going to jump right into puck drop. So it'll be an opportunity now. Sam Steele, fourth line, third line, Ross Colton, and we are underway at Ball Arena. So when we get those top lines back out there after this immediate whistle, I'm going to expect the blitz in the first 10 minutes. I think it's going to be a frantic game, Alec. Jake Ottinger 5-4 in this postseason, 224, 914, 151 on the road, 948 save percentage. And Georgiev decent, 310 and 891, but you do want Alex to bump those numbers up a little bit.
You want to. 46 saves on 53 shots in this series. That's not going to do it usually for teams that rely on elite goaltending. They need that here. If you're Colorado, like what they did from Darcy Kemper at times in a Stanley Cup run, so they want that Stanley Cup, not because of him, but because of the team that's in front of Kemper as we get there.
Yeah, that is what Colorado placates to, the heavy offensive attack. They have really good defensive players as well. But of maybe not having Pavel Francouz, again, we talked about the beginning of the year, they would definitely miss him. Hell, he'd probably start if that was the situation. They'd have him for some of those games, but Colorado not really the strongest of goaltending tandems. One more face-off here, this time in the offensive zone for Colorado. And we're going to get just fits and starts. Roope Hintz kicked out of the circle. This is against Mikko Rantanen, so Stankoven, Colorado, and Nate Dogg, as he's affectionately called, number 29, gets sends this one all the way around. And off the glass, Dallas in the road whites with the tops of the victory green and the black pants. This will go back to Devon Toews. Toews, he was the one that was interviewed in the pregame, and he just urgently said to his team, "You got to start on time here." Looking to do, number 7, send this one across. And now MacKinnon will send it on, not be held in by Moose. As this will go all the way back down to Georgiev. So Mikko Rantanen will go ahead and take this in behind his net. The cerulean and maroon, that is what the car right now at home. They're always very dangerous at Ball Arena. This is a completely different team. This is a Thanos at home. This one gets tipped. Nichushkin, former star, gets a good hit on the left side wall. This will be picked back up now by Dallas off the long stretch stick. I don't think they can get this across the blue line, however, as Colorado dump it in. Wyatt Johnson did take a look, but let's go back to the Avalanche now. With 18:35 left to go in the first. Pick up now across the left side wall. It's Middlestat here for Heiskanen. This will bounce off of him. Manson trying to get a stick on there as well, and Dallas will shovel it out. They're able to get this one left to right. That's what they want to do. Former Matt Duchene gets the steal and staying it back pass. Couple chances for the Stars. Here's a slapper. This one gets blocked. Boy, oh boy, were they close again to getting the first goal of the game, Alec.
Alexander Georgiev was legitimately tested. He had to make those stops, crucial stops that he's putting on your A game thus far. So far, he's delivering.
So chip and chase off the wall for Dallas, the first to get. Opportunity behind the cage of Georgiev. Good quick start here for Dallas again, as we mentioned. It's been that way throughout the series. Here's Cogliano, another former star. Kiviranta shovels it toward the net. This will go all the way back now for Sean Walker. Former Flyer. Again, they locked him up to an extension. Got to trade some of the defensemen to get others. Bowen Byram is gone. Here's a slapper, and Jake Ottinger had to get back in his goal crease. Devon Toews will put this one ahead. Miles Wood will lose it for the right side. This is a long flip. This will be stick down. This actually by Dallas. Get an opportunity now. Harley sends us across, and this will be knocked away. Stankoven. Go ahead and retrieve it. This will go D to D. Here's a slapper again. This is a sacrificial block. Miles Wood is hurt. He is down low. And the right side down as we play on. Will just get up slowly to his feet now, but he is struggling to get to the bench. There he is on one skate now, Alec. That is the price you pay to block shots.
I wonder what the status is for him later on. He's clearly stung by it. At Colorado touchdown, I believe they were gonna stop that play if he made down furthermore, but he had to fight that one off. Good job by him. Oh, a shot, Ottinger. And guess who that was? The Moose is loose. Well, not the Moose, but the other Moose.
Yeah, he set up the other one. Yes, he did. Mikko Rantanen and Nathan MacKinnon, as they were full off the rush, right in block from Miles Wood. Get one more look at that. Good blocks there for Sam Girard and a save for Georgiev, because otherwise Mason Marchment and Duchene, that could have been a goal.
either one of Matt Duchene right in front. That was Duchene getting the dangerous of the two, right at the slot, and the more on one of the 4 shot attempts by Dallas to Colorado 7, and then so far, but Georgiev, this is what we need to see from him more and more. Make those key saves and to up his save possession number. So far, so good.
Yep. Nathan MacKinnon, he tried to stick drag in the offensive end between a couple players. Now he's back on his own side as he looked to transition. Here's Nathan now. Right wing side, very dangerous. Here's a pass, and Jake Ottinger, it doesn't hit his stick. As we picked up now, Chris Tanev might have saved a goal. Pavelski, he gets all bounced in the delayed offsides. Benn's got to go back as well as it's Sam Girard. Sam Girard make the outstretched pass. This will be bounced to Nichushkin. Here's a good push ahead. And middle step. We'll get his stick around Suter. Back in behind the cage now. It's still busy for Colorado. Trying to drop it right now for Casey. The right side, no penalty. This is Dallas. Make an outstretch from 80 feet. Shove across the blue line side. Go ahead and for Jared Bednar's squad. It's a lazy turnover, though. Sam Steele and Duchene trying to force it. Duchene will get this. Now they'll finally blow it dead. 15-29 in the first.
So what we're seeing from Colorado is the sort of fast start that they've been getting to whenever they're at home. Best home team up against best road team, and they're both right around. But it's good stick lift by Chris Tanev to prevent Arturi Lehkonen from even testing Jake Ottinger right around the goal. And we imagine that Ottinger will make a big save, have Lehkonen stop that. If you're going either way, though, we're not certain how this would go because Chris Tanev is still a defensive guru at his own end.
Yes, he is, Alec. And again, it's as we talked about in the pregame just a little bit for a couple of minutes. It's really important, Chris Tanev, for that trade because Dallas is playing with 5 defensemen, so Chris Tanev already usually does the job of 2 or 3 because that's his responsibility. He's going to have to be even more so now against the Avs on home ice because if they start playing Blink-182, that's when you get in trouble. As this is now the right side. Good steal for the Stars. See if they can make something happen near the left side boards. This will be picked up across the red line now. Steele will get this back to D. Here's a race for the puck. And MacKinnon, this goes around his stick. He's already back out there again. Mikko Rantanen, now MacKinnon in full flight. Rantanen try to make a backhand shovel. This goes to play 14:51 in the scoreless first.
And that went near Darren Pang, I believe. But Jared Bednar, he's on the MacKinnon line, and I quote, they were the guys who got frustrated the quickest and the longest. They're going to get keyed on this time of year. They have the ability to win games if they stick with it and are resilient and play the right way like they have all year. This is what Bednar is correct all about. They were frustrated in game 2 when they were held off the score sheet. Once again, we don't see them being held straight game because that's uncharacteristic of this top line. We'd imagine that a quick strike's going to happen. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's going to happen.
Roope Hintz got hit in the mouth. This should be a penalty here against Colorado. And now another high stick the other way against Colorado. Are we going to get offsetting or just one?
Oh, so I feel we're going to get 4-on-4. I think they're signaling Ryan Suter and Miles Wood. And to correct you on the line, they are playing 6 defensemen for Dallas. I think it was off of the calculation. We thought there was going to be 5 at first, like what you said, but it's 6. Suter and Wood to the box. 4-on-4. Here we go.
Yeah, that escalated quickly, and thank you for that, Alec, because I was just going on the pregame side from Paul this and that. That's what they were mentioning. So we're going to go full 6 here. Again, they're going to be taking people off the taxi squad if this continues a little bit more. So I see Roope Hintz. Oh, boy. He got hit pretty hard there, Miles Wood. And on the other end, Wood, he goes down, and Ross Colton gets hit in the mouth. I mean, that just was dominoes there.
I don't know if that was friendly fire, but it could have been fire had it gone onto that way for Colorado. That was that close. And you speak of taxi squad, Yanni Hakanpää still hurt.
Yeah, so they're going to need to use him if they lose any more bodies. And Hakanpää is someone that they really missed. And again, I understand from your previous quote from Jared on the top boys here for MacKinnon, Rantanen, and Makar being frustrated, but you're right, and he's right. That's got to change. And also Dallas, they're that good defensively to force even Colorado to get frustrated. It's been that way through the first couple of games, especially with the quick starts. Cale Makar, it's a 4-on-4, so you got even more dangerous space. And MacKinnon, good skin out in front, middle stat for a screen.
There's the creativity that both can provide with the Dipsy Doodle by Cale Makar, the NHL 24 color athlete. He's known for it, walking the blue line with such crafty moves. I imagine Chris Canada, as he was holding on to the puck, that pressure from MacKinnon caused him to just hasten on the pass to his teammates, and it bit him for that split second. It's MacKinnon who's dangerous on both ends.
So offensive zone draw win. Colorado, it's going to go all the way back out of the zone though. So we'll start again on their own end. Cale Makar, Devon Toews, lightning pass. Toews now get this right across the middle of the ice. Nathan MacKinnon, what a toe drag. He'll work his way into the right side dot. MacKinnon now turns and shoots. Good save for Ottinger as this is picked up for middle stat for a moment. So interesting combinations on the 4-on-4. We don't see Mikko Rantanen just yet. As Dallas now finds the entry. Here's a curl that try to go coast to coast. It's Roope Hintz now. 4-on-4 for another minute. Tanev, right side wall. As this will be picked up now for Roope. Roope now will send this one near the right dot. And this is picked up off the boards again. And Dallas will watch this one get poked out to center. Win a tight game today. We'll see if the Stars can do so. Tanev, he'll slip and fall across the neutral zone, and Wyatt Johnston loses the puck. As Sam Girard will start again in his own end. If you peel right past Georgiev, the Moose has it now. Right side, in between three Stars, off the drop pass. Here's a center feed. This is easily read. And now 2-on-2 the other way. Sam Girard's going to get back on his back skate. A lot of space, but a good shot block with the stick there for. Now down to 10 seconds on this 4-on-4. Wyatt Johnston continuing to dance with this puck. They'll launch a pass. This will go to the left side. Around the end boards now. It's loose for a moment. Dallas trying to turn and shoot. Beautiful defense there. Here's an opportunity. Heiskanen will fire this one down past Ottinger. We'll slow and stop it. Liddell will make his outstretched pass. And this is Robertson. Will lose it. Right in Colorado's defensive end. Ross. As it's flipped back into Jake now for Dallas. And we get a whistle at 12:06.
I don't know what in the world was going to be called, but they're signaling Mason Marchment's going to the box and a minor penalty. Not sure what it is to call, but
too many men.
Too many men.
That's what I'm seeing now, Al. Good call on that. I was just looking on my ESPN box as well. So that's a careless one for Dallas, and we'll see what happens. We go to break. Colorado goes to the power play.
Going back to the Rangers and Hurricanes, this is absolutely one that Carolina needs to have, especially on the power play for the winning goal. You missed out your first 16 from Wayne Gretzky. You miss 1% of the shots you don't take. Brady Shea with a slapper from the top of the point that serves the winning goal on the power play. The Canes stay alive for another day on May the 13th. Going back to New York, what concerns me, however, the Hurricanes and their friends have never won on the road in the playoffs against the Rangers.
Yeah, that would be one. And again, it's still a 3-1 series. It's a shame that Carolina didn't win maybe one of the other ones at least to kind of make it 2-2, because you feel like that's probably where the series should be. Carolina has not played poorly, but they are going to have their work cut out for them in a couple of nights.
I mean, that double overtime game in game 2, which it could have been Carolina. And it might have been that game which you're pointing to, which should have been a 2-2 game. As I said again, not playing poorly by any means.
No.
But the goaltending for the Rangers has been on a different level. Freddie Anderson has been solid, but Igor Shesterkin's playing godlike.
Yeah, and even today, again, his number is about 871. It's about the worst it's been in the series just today for them to win from a. So if that doesn't change a little bit and the work ethic is still there for Carolina, it's going to be give or take. Either Igor Shesterkin's going to have to start to bend a little bit, or Carolina might go home in a couple of days. I hope not. Again, they've been playing better to at least win a couple more games in this series, and I imagine they got at least one more left in them, Alan.
I mean, yeah, I would feel the same way too. I should also apologize to Shane for confusing with Derek Pang. I thought it was the Brendan Burke crew who was out there. It's the John Forsland crew.
Yeah, we were pretty fortunate that we got a good crew. It's a late night game, and it's this. I think you got to use your A+ crew here on TNT. So good work for them, and no problems on that confusion because I probably would have done the same thing. As this is now MacKinnon. We'll drop it off to Cale Makar. Good touch pass behind the back. It's MacKinnon and now Makar slapper. I don't know how that side down. That looked like the whole entire side of the left net was open, and that just seemed to be an okie doke pass. Here's an opportunity now as this gets sent all the way down. And Colorado will go ahead and start this again with 1:10 left to go in their power play. It's their first after the upsetting 4-on-4. Falling down. This could be a jailbreak for the captaincy. Jamie Benn. He gets stopped by Georgiev. He made that look easy. 5 seconds left to go in Colorado's power play. Boy, oh boy, we've already had the intensity on top of us, Mr. Nava. This has been a fun start to this game. 5 shots to 3. Colorado's got the advantage. We're still scoreless, and I guess Colorado's probably thankful for that because Dallas is probably used to scoring about 6 combined. Back down the ice. 30 seconds left to go in Colorado's power play. Georgiev just stopped the Jimmy Benn breakaway. Devon Toews will get this near the right side off the entry. Middle stat, here's a touch, and it was Colton. He just couldn't get a stick on it. Put it around the end boards now for Cale. Back to defense. Here's a wrister. Good screen out in front of Ottinger. Goes right back to middle stat. Set it up again, Devon Toews. Now on the left side, Cale Makar trying to find it now. Middle stat off the pin. Makar is way up near the right side red line. Better be careful on the other side for Dallas if this puck comes loose just to see if anyone's cheating for a possible break. Casey Middlestad's trying to pry it loose. The ref is not blowing this dead. Now Middlestad just says, screw it. I'm going to go for just try to get this puck to move. Dallas will find it. Here's a long flip. This goes back down to Colorado's end. Sam Girard will get around Mason Marchment. It's a loose puck near the right side dot. And now flip back around for Duchene. We'll get a stick on it. Cogliano. They'll have it now. Here's a touch pass for Kiviranta. As we'll put this in around the end boards for Jake near the right side. And Duchene gets hit pretty good. Play there for Seguin, but a good stick in the lane for Colorado as they'll flip this one back down. Opportunity to Kiviranta one more time. As Colorado's laying the boom in their own end. This one now, Duchene didn't know if he touched it off sides. Colorado's got it in their own end. This has been an electric start to this. Join this. Mikko Rantanen now. Off the spin. Here is Wood. We'll try to play this off the backhand, send this one in. And it bounces off of Suter. Back to Colorado in their own end. Devon Toews. They'll set it up now for Cale Makar. It already feels like they're being double shifted, but really, these guys got some wheels. It's MacKinnon. He absorbs the hit, stays on his feet. Goes down near the right side. Here's an opportunity. Nichushkin tries to make a pass. MacKinnon trying to get around through some stick blades. And Dallas emerges. Stankoven. Right side boards. Good dispossessed from Toews with the stick. As this is picked up by Devon. A spin and turn. There'll be a pass ahead. Dallas getting a stick in the lane. Wyatt Johnson gets a steal. So go wanting. Near the left side boards for Robo. Off the spin. Uses his body to keep it alive. Stankoven gets dispossessed with the stick. And this will be flipped in by Middlestat. Man, he's been a good acquisition for Colorado since that deadline. They really needed a top 6 forward to fit in for the Nazem Kadri role. This gets iced. We finally get a stoppage.
I thought that was going up high, so high I thought it was going to be out of play for a moment. Two players, the double shifting. I mean, to be fair, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl were used to all the double shifting in Edmonton, but what a stop by Alexander Georgiev to turn away. Jamie Benn was loose on a breakaway. So far we've seen both good power play movement and great penalty killing at the same time. All these great power play and great penalty kill both at once.
Yeah, and again, it's a treat. You go from Vegas to Dallas in the first round, and then you got Dallas and Colorado in the second round. And this is just an embarrassment of riches. And this is hockey that you got to watch, even if you're just an average fan of the NHL. I don't want to miss. There's Girard Now middle step. Found the entry. He gets dispossessed. This will go back and across the Avs logo. Fire it in. This goes right to Tanev. Tanev on the entry. And slam this thing around the end boards. Manson uses his body to get around Benn. Here's a long flip, but Dallas is deep to the right side boards. Nichushkin can't find it. As this will go back for Colorado off the outstretch. Ross Colton try to send it the other way, right to left. Good attack in transition for Colorado. Kiviranta. It's loose out in front. They try to get picked up now for Miles Wood and Ross Colton. Send back around the end boards. It's Wood. We'll try to make his outstretch pass. This will get picked off. Kiviranta will try to go ahead and press a little bit. Up Colton. Wrister. Big rebound. And now under the left side boards. Dallas trying to get this out. There's a slap shot from Walker. Colorado still with this thing. Cross pass. It's loose in the slot. Ottinger gets his hands on it. And we get a whistle.
Penalty is going to come. Penalty is going to come. I believe Dallas is on the receiving end. Or is it Colorado? I think Ross Colton there is scoring in for this moment. But the Avs, they were buzzing for a lot of minutes. It seemed if Colton was loose with the swap of Niels Lundqvist trying to get that out. Oh, they're saying Lundqvist for hooking Ross Colton. So my initial assumption was right. So Lundqvist is winning it to Colorado. Back to the power play when we come back. The big question is, who's going to show out more? Will be the Avs power play or the Stars penalty kill? Both of it great to start off.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing right now, Alec, and I'll say this. If Dallas can get through this, as they've just gotten the venue change and now trying to kill their third penalty and keep this scoreless or keep it within one, I think that's a successful period for the Stars.
It is. Just stay in it defensively. I know they play both offensive-minded hockey and defensive-minded hockey. It was more defensive back in the days of Rick Bonus. And now with Pierre DeBoer, that they have a lot of new offensive gear. And they're advancing onto new rounds. The second round again, up against Colorado, facing more of the elite competition when they're up there with the elite competition at the same time.
Yeah, again, I really feel like from what we saw, maybe I should pump the brakes a little bit because Owen was right, and you mentioned this, Al, in Vancouver and Edmonton. We might have ourselves a hell of a series. My initial thought was Dallas and Colorado, whoever wins this one's going to the Stanley Cup Finals. But I might have to pump the brakes a little bit, but I still feel like this Dallas-Colorado series is going to say a whole heck of a lot to who gets there because best teams in the West.
Yeah, I feel the same way. These are the two best teams in the Western Conference. They're active right now. Vancouver and Edmonton, no shade to them. But in terms of them going to the Stanley Cup Final, I may be popping eyes at them. They may have a say on some things, but I still feel Dallas and Colorado, whoever wins, so that one may have the advantage over the Vancouver-Edmonton winner.
It's another power play for the Avalanche. Dare I say, this is actually an important time for them to score because we just talked about Dallas, the way that they've been killing penalties and getting through this first period. They've got to like their effort. This is a road game. It's very difficult to play at Ball Arena in the altitude, playing against the Avalanche, who seem pretty much like an impregnable fortress. If they get an opportunity to at least play well and give themselves a chance, you never know what could happen in this game going forward. So they have so far 0 for 1 in the power play, no shots. Again, the other one was an offsetting 4-4, so it's their second power play. Find the entry now, or Trey Lehkonen. He makes a pass to nobody. Defense was in a little bit of a change here, a little bit of discombobulation. 2 for 2 on the power play in game 1, 0 for 3 in game 2. So it's still striking out well, but they want to try to find an entry now. And Cale Makar almost did. He dropped it for Nichushkin, and this is an easy read. This will go right back to Cale. This will settle it down. He'll make the outstretched pass from 40. Find the entry now. The left wing does the Avalanche. As this will be set up now, Cale. We'll send this one across for the Moose. Try to get this back around the cage of Ottinger now. Left side red line. Spinning away is Nathan MacKinnon. He gets dispossessed by work by number 14. Nichushkin. Steal it right back. Here's an entry now. Here, Rantanen Touch pass, and Odger, now they say it's in. You think he might have a hand in the air? I don't think so. Rantanen thought he scored. I think Odger's got it.
I think so too. I don't see a moment where this puck goes past the line. Rantanen with the seam touch pass over to MacKinnon, who was basically finding the lane all alone down past Thomas Harley, right by Jake Ottinger, who just stops it, and it was rolling. His defenders rush back to stop that. Just saved it, and then they got tied after the initial save with the apples to his defense. How about it?
That is crazy. So I guess Mikko Rantanen, inkling he was correct. It was bleeding through, and as Alex said, last rush of defense. Otherwise, Colorado scores the power play goals. Get no dice. Defense is there. This is a back pass. Easy pickup now. Sam Girard. See what he can do. Here's a pass high slot. Opportunity now, Devon Toews. So it's Toews and Girard on the defensive side for the power play. Trying to find a lane near the right side for Casey Middlestat. Devon Toews is patient. It is Middlestat. Power play down to 8 seconds. There is screens in front of Ottinger, and this goes high.
And out of play, this one goes. Some entries by Colorado before that shot by MacKinnon. You'd imagine that these Avalanche players, they've been going so fast that they'd be losing because they're going way too fast with this puck. Cale Makar, one of the fastest players on the ice, he was so fast and trying to set things up in a rush. But don't rush things sometimes because it could bite you.
Yeah, I think the energy and the engines are revved up a little bit, understandably, for Colorado, but I agree with you, Alec. You still got to run. Couple good tips. As this goes now near the left side boards. Here's a back pass, and this will go to the Avs defense. This will be sent all the way down. And we'll start again. 4:05. Left to go on the first turn under with you alongside Alec Nava. So 3. There's been tons of action, however, and I think this either hit the netting or didn't gain the line. We'll get another stoppage.
Oh, we're not sure about it. I'm not sure if it hit the net or that. They're saying offside is the ruling on this one. So we're going to a commercial break on this with the offside. And I feel Colorado's going to leave. That's not icing because I felt that it was sent it from beyond the red line.
We'll get an opportunity, Alec, probably, if this period ends first, we get a chance to see the Boston Celtics might go up 2-1 in the series. That's important because it didn't feel like Cleveland was going to lose any home games, especially for that series against the Magic, but looks like Boston's going to take a 2-1 lead.
In the series, for what it looks like most likely. Now the question is, if you're the Celtics, do you close out at home, on the road with a 3-1 series lead? What happens because Cleveland, they've been winning games at home for basically the entire first round while losing on the road. They got a big one at but now that you're here at Cleveland in Game 3, and the Celtics, they've been running circles around you, which I feel is a good wake-up call you have for the Celtics entering Game 3 after what happened in Game 2. They've answered in kind with Jason Tatum on a double-double, 29 and 12 rebounds.
This is a very defensive fourth quarter, I should say. Again, 5:40 left to go, and as the Celtics are up 98-84. Just for the Cavs, just 14 points for the Celtics, but you got a big buffer there for Boston. Try to take the lead in the Mavericks. They get back to their home court. They take a 2-1 lead, 105-101 victory against the Thunder. Thunder had a chance late, but the Mavericks closed it out.
P.A. Washington, we mentioned him. He had a huge game in Game 2. And despite all the doings of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander with his 31 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and his 5 blocks. That's the most eye-popping stat because we mostly expect Chet Holmgren to have the majority of the blocks. He has 4 of them to his credit. But where'd those 5 blocks come from for Shea? It's not like that was played bad by any means. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving did their things. But once again, it's P.J. 27.
Talk about Nico Harrison making deals at deadline, try to get P.J. Washington. Man, oh man, he's been a killer. So you got to get those ads. This is near the right side now. Walker off the spin. He's getting dispossessed by Matt Duchene. And now Stars, maybe they have a chance to score a late first period goal here. See if Colorado, Walker got in his own man's way. This opportunity where they just hold this in across the blue line. We'll go all the way back for Thomas Harley. And Harley now number 55 with 3:05 left to go in the first. John under with you alongside Alec Naba. 8 shots on goal to 3 for Colorado, but we're scoreless. And I guess Colorado can be happy about that. They're not going to be down by 3 or 4 goals. As this is sent the other way, and flip back down. But again, as we talked about, I think Dallas has to be happy considering where they are because you know you're going to get that press in games 3 and then game 4 coming in Colorado and be able to keep this scoreline right where it is. It's a good first period for Dallas. Here's an opportunity now off the foot race. Will be picked up now and spun around for Kiviranta. This will be near the right side. Nathan MacKinnon. Good touch pass. Devon Toews can't pick up his own rebound. Jake Ottinger met him the whole way. If he would have got that second rebound, maybe Colorado scores first. This near Rantanen comes together. Devon Toews try to dispossess Ryan Suter. It's pinned against the left side boards. Mikko Rantanen now for Nathan MacKinnon. Pirouettes. Now work his way backhand. He'll shovel it toward Ottinger and the stick goes wide. Good defense there for Dallas. Jake Ottinger's played very big in this first as it's sent down for Cale Makar. 9 shots on goal to 3. Colorado's been dangerous of late. Here's the outstretched pass. Left side wing. Here is Stankoven trying to get a piece of it. Now near the right side red line. Dispossessed. Dallas got it. Jason Robertson surveys. He'll fire through the screen. Georgiev will cancel away. This one goes maybe off the outside of the post. Nathan MacKinnon. Now Toews. He had to elude a hit. Stars! A late period dagger for Dallas.
Logan Stankoven, what a night at the slot. When we thought that Nathan MacKinnon and Devon were going to capitalize for the Avalanche on the other end, Jake Ottinger playing his best hockey thus far in Game 4. Stankoven on the other end, who was wide open at the slots, fires this one. He was making a shot the other way. Zone time, paramount here. With Stankoven, he was getting tied up, bullied all around. Zach Parise was hitting him. And through tight coverage, it was not like they were playing bad defense, Colorado. But Casey was right by him, trying to stick with him. But Stankoven out-muscled him. This short fella, this is a short team.
This blue-collar shift there for Dallas. Such hard work in the last 20 seconds. Be able to get about 40 seconds of sustained zone time. Force Colorado to move all the way around and then get that goal. Dallas on the front foot again, this time on the road. Here's a chance. Ottinger, good stop, 5-hole. This Colorado was looking for a quick answer. Here's a rush for the puck now. As it's Manson, he gets pasted near the right side. Sam Steele, Craig Smith trying to locate, but this is Nichushkin nicely off the end boards. He'll make a drop, trying to cut Dallas's stick is right there, and they'll steal with Chris Tanev. Flip it up the left side red line. Colorado off the spin and turn. Good dispossess. Dallas might have something here as it's 26 seconds left. A big hit. We're still underway. The ref says play on. That looked like a tap as it's Manson in behind the cage. And now we will get a whistle with 16 seconds left, and Mason Marchment says, come on.
Getting a tripping penalty in the midst of this, but it looked like a yard sale out there at the Colorado end. Several hits, several crash and bangs. And it looked like we're seeing all sorts of crashes here in Colorado. A demolition derby of all sorts, with one takedown, one tackle, and we had some body slamming. I'm not sure what a trip was, but we're seeing Marchment, Matt Duchene, both of them are going to the box. Josh Manson's also going to the box. So are we going 4-on-3 or 5-on-4?
I will get the clarification in a moment, Alec. I'm not going to differentiate one way or the other because I'm not quite. Mason Marchman's going to get called because he just brutalized Middlestat for no reason.
Totally uncalled for by Marchman. And then Marchman just whacks that Manson right back with get the retaliation factor, but I know there was that to neutralize any penalties. Keep your head cool. That's the big key here. Keep your head cool.
I'm looking to see if because we don't have a good angle at this, honestly, Alec, but looks like Mikko Rantanen might have just did a phantom trip. He might have dived there. 10 seconds left to go in this first. He'll walk in and shoot a wrister. Now 6 seconds, down to 5. Shoot it toward the net. Colorado got to get this off here. And it ends the first period. They will have a power play with 144. Dallas has the lead, though, 1-0.
I felt like we could have done a 4-on-4 with the phantom trip. I don't see any point either in which Rantanen was tripped up by Duchene. If anything, did they not call embellishment or diving on that? Because I don't see a trip by Duchene.
No, I don't either. And you know what the funny thing is? Because you know this from the other game. They called embellishment on Roope Hintz when he actually got, and then we don't call anything this time.
That's just strange. We don't call anything this time around on any embellishment or diving. It's 1-0, which could have very easily been a different type of score because MacKinnon, he had a wide open net all the way at the left side, and the other one that was the all which the Dallas defense did their thing and stopping that just before the puck crossed the goal line.
Yeah, it was an exceptional, a lot of fun in the second period call, Alec, and I'm jealous because this game is pretty excellent right now. Good Dallas defense that they had to have on the road, sticks in the lane. Very, I would say disciplined, but I guess when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 penalties, maybe not too disciplined because Dallas has 5 of them and they're up 1-0.
I mean, keeping your head in the game, it's all about that. I know the shot quality or sharp leaderboard favors Colorado 11-5, and that's not to take away from the Avs for quality looks. Dallas, on the other hand, they also have quality looks. They prefer the quality over quantity if they're going to lead 10 times out of 10, and which they're getting outshot. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I would think so. And again, the big point of reference here, at least for me, I know it's still 1-0 early, but Dallas taking, they need to clean that up. But at least the block shots 10-3, and then oh by the way, I think Jake Ottinger in his, let me get the numbers correct here, 11 out of 11. I think he was absolutely spectacular because a lot of those chances were very close near the left or right side of the blue paint. Ottinger stood tall beautifully.
And he has right on, spot on point. We want to mention about anything. Do you want to go any talking points over this first intermission?
Thoughts in mind. Again, I'm just looking at the final minute between Boston and Cleveland. If we can give you the update when that goes final.
Yeah, I was thinking about.
Sure.
They just let go of Sheldon Keefe, as was mentioned yesterday when we did our cast. And I want to go further on to that. Now they let go of Keefe. They've announced that on the roster are Austin Matthews and William Nylander. There's going to be a lot of speculation about what their cap situation is going to be like. Plus, if there's going to be any potential trade on a Mitch Marner package.
So that looks to be the situation that you and I and everyone else thought it was going to be. And honestly, I'm glad that it was made clear. I agree with you. And between Austin Matthews and William Nylander, those are the two pieces that I would keep. I know the most recent contracts. I get that. But I think out of the core 4, those are the 2 players that I like the most.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. You keep your best players on the team as Matthews and Nylander. Those are season and playoffs. Not going to take away from Matthews, but there's some questions about what could have been had he been on the lineup in games 5 and 6. Or had there been anything in their first 4 games if they put Joseph Wall in net from the get-go. I still don't understand the decision to not put Wall in net from the very series. Ilya Samsonov, he was all right in games. He was lights out in game 7, but that doesn't take away from. I think he's gone in the offseason.
Yeah.
You want to get a backup to Wall for what it seems like, or a 1B to Joseph Wall. You 2 goaltenders, then make a decision of who you're going with starting in game 1 of your next playoff series. If you make it back there in 2025, Now, the Marner situation, I wonder what the situation could be like for that. But Ian and I discussed this previously about the possibility Craig Berube becomes the next head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Jay Woodcroft might be going elsewhere. He may be the big fish among the coaches, but I feel higher if you're Toronto. And I think Berube fits the mold.
Yeah, I think Berube is a no-nonsense head coach. I understand the maybe flash in the pan from the January side several years ago from the worst to first, but I wouldn't have any problem with the veteran signing to go ahead and make sure to get the no-nonsense approach for Toronto. Because look, for me, they played well, and the physicality is something that I've never really seen from the Maple Leafs, and I really like the additions for Domi and Bertuzzi. I thought that those made sense. I think if you keep that going, you get the goaltending situation that you talked about. You got Matthews and Nylander's locked in. You figure out what you do, as you said, with Samsonov, whether that is going to be whatever secondary goaltender that's going to be able to just give you enough games, because the only question I have for Joseph Woll is not his ability to do it, because his limited sample size has been good, is just his health. Make sure that Joseph Woll is healthy. Get a backup here, Alec, whoever that's going to be, that can at least probably spell you 20 or 25 games in the regular season. I don't. It's probably not more than that, but somebody consistent.
It's somebody who can deliver on a consistent basis. I don't imagine it being Jones, as you said. You have fit more as a third goal for the Leafs. But if you're talking about the physical aspect, keep that going. Stay with the physical play. Try to get more physical guys. Keep Bertuzzi and Domi, or either one, or one of the both of them. Because I don't imagine that both of them stays. I think it's one or the other. You want to get more minutes for Nick Robertson because he's been limited to a third-line role due to the emergence of Matt Nice. I think he's going to be very big for this core moving forward as that low-key fifth member of that core if Mark get traded.
I agree. I still feel like you do, though, that Marner probably does. And if I'm not sure Brendan Shanahan's still there, I imagine that's not going to be the case. Or if he is, we'll figure out whether Treleaven's going to make the move or whatnot, because they're probably going to have to trade Marner at somewhat of a loss than the type of player that they think that he is. Well, when you're an $11.5 million player, really like Marner is, that's all on offense. That's on the defensive end. So yes, you will take some losses, but you better make sure in that trade, as we just talked about. And I like what you mentioned with the other Bertuzzi and Domi and Matthews and Nylander. You have a good offensive push. Yes, you haven't seen in the playoffs, but you have a good offensive push. And that trade for Marner, you better get some complementary players. You might not get a complete. You need to get players that fit the roster now and can make an impact going forward. Because yes, they're going to get back in the postseason. They just need to get a couple more goals in that net and have Joseph Woll stay healthy. And I think they will get to the next round.
Yeah, the health is all that matters for goaltending. If he can stay healthy, then again we can see this team going over to the second round. Otherwise, if Wall can stay healthy, Toronto may be thinking something before they even say Matt Murray.
Yeah, again, Matt Murray, not to be confused with Matthew Murray for the Dallas Stars. There's another Murray here today for the third string goalie, but yeah, they need to get that going. IR for Murray. We'll see how that works out for Toronto. They still have contract situations to figure out. They just need some other complementary pieces. And I know the other question is this: we've asked about it for years now. What are they going to be able to do with John Tavares? I think at this point, I wouldn't even worry about a buyout. I just let the contract play out.
Yeah, I do the same thing too. Just let the contract play out. Don't buy out the final year of his contract because you'll be stuck with this cap situation for next season
Right.
and the season afterwards if you buy him out. You keep him because he's your captain who can win you crucial faceoffs, who can step up in the clutch in such moments. I know it's offense only, but you got to have a high-end second-line center like Tavares to back up Austin Matthews if you want to get that game plan to play out.
Yeah, you do. And again, as we talk about, that is what they need in the postseason. I know it hasn't worked out for the core four, but that's exactly why Alec brought up this topic, and I agree. I'm glad he did. I'm glad we get to go through this again because you make the moves. Because we for enough years, Alec. I mean, it's been about 6, 7 years of the same thing here. Incredible regular season success, virtually no playoff success. It's time to make changes and make changes right now before Austin Matthews and Willie Nylander get too old.
That's the whole point. And that starts with, if you're going to try to get a good haul in a Marner trade, get the right coach, add the right players in the offseason. I believe Roope, the ex-Blues coach, could fit the job on that mold. And speaking of the Blues, yeah, there are changes that need to be made, and a new voice to lead the locker room, and they found their guy at the head coach. And the interim tag has officially been removed from Drew Bannister. He's now their full-time head coach.
Good work, and I think he deserves it because St. Louis made a hell of a push. They almost got in the postseason, so why not see what you got from the youngster coach?
Yeah, his first head coaching gig, and to him, even though they didn't make it to the playoffs, there's some building blocks to go around on this new era led by Robert Thomas and Jordan Kyrou. Those two, with Brayden Schenn being the captain. Now, what do you do with everyone else? What do you do with Torrey Krug, Justin Falk, if you're trying to go on to the next era? If you're wanting to have your defense around Scott Perunovich and Tyler Tucker, if you're wanting to go younger. I know Krug and Falk, they're offensive-minded vets. I don't know how much longer they're going to hold up. Not to mention about that contract from Colton Parayko. Yeesh.
I'm jumping back in now. I only muted because I was typing on Blues on Cap Friendly. I just want to make sure that I know what you're referencing because I looked at it before, and I look at that blue line core, and that's a situation that's going to be difficult for GM. I believe Bill Armstrong, if I got that correct. But Falk, Doug Armstrong, thank you. So Falk, Krug, Parayko, you go Scandella, as you said, Tucker and Perunovich. But pretty much the top end names that we said, these guys are all signed, and they're signed through mostly 2026, 2027. And that's a defensive core, as you talked about, in between, 30, 33, 34 years of age. So that's the one problem that you would have if you're the St. Louis Blues. How do you fix that? Honestly, you might just have to let that unless you find a team like Salt Lake City or one of those ones that you want to think about that want to eat a contract or take a bad deal. That's really all St. Louis can hope for because they're kind of stuck with what they got, I think.
Yeah, not to mention Nick Leddy, as you mentioned, $4 million a year when he's a shell of his offensive self.
Right.
Torrey Krug, Justin Falk, good offensive pieces, not franchise caliber, however. So, but if you want to go younger, that's where you start building around Perunovich. Get him more minutes. Bump him up to the top defensive pairing if you truly. Get him more power play time if he's your number one guy.
Sure.
Tyler Tucker, defensive piece. Get him more minutes.
No, I agree. I think that's what you have to do as you can try to build. Again, as you mentioned, between Robert Thomas and Jordan Kyrou, I got no problems there. So they'll figure that out. And you still got 2 more years, and he's 29. A little bit, Alec, but I would think maybe next year you might entertain moving on from Duchene because he's always really good. I think he's going to have some value.
Unless if you want to sign into a new contract, say 5 years down the line,
Sure.
He keeps value, and you see long-term potential in keeping him if you want to make a playoff run with him.
Yeah, you could definitely do that too. I think there's two sides of the coin there. I think he's a very valuable player. So when they get to that crossroads and figure out what they want to do, that'll be a good decision because I think Buchnevich, I know the salary cap's going to go up, but you would have to think, maybe I'm spitballing here a little bit, $8.5 million plus for Buchnevich.
I think so. That's well.
Yeah, so I mean it's going to be a pretty good number, and that's going to fall right along the lines of Kyrou and Thomas. So it'll be an interesting decision. But again, as you mentioned with that decor between Tyler Tucker and Perunovich, I completely agree. Figure out what you got there, and for the rest of that stuff on defense and all those dinosaurs, You just gotta get through it. Sometimes teams have bad contracts on that decor.
Yeah, they can offload those contracts onto other teams that can afford to take on bad contracts. And we speak of Duchene and one of his former teammates. Well, breaking news: apparently Henrik Lundqvist doesn't do bird noises.
That's what he said. He doesn't make the noises, but you got Paul Bissonnette with the fruit flies and bird noises on the mustache.
Peak entertainment at TNT.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This has been a lot of fun in the Stanley Cup playoffs, as it usually is, Alec, and I'm glad that you've been able to join in with me as we covered some of these games. What's been your favorite so far? I don't care first round or second. Just give me your thoughts.
So my favorite series, if I were to go favorite series in the first round, Dallas and Vegas. I'll have my top pick for a first round series, and dare I say, even overall in the entire playoffs. For a second round series, my favorite has to be Vancouver Edmonton. We both underrated this series.
Yeah.
And we thought it would be Edmonton and it wouldn't be close this far. 5 games, maybe 6, but Vancouver, they're not out of it. Back-to-back 1-goal games. Hey, even the who struggled on playoff overtime games, they got a playoff overtime win on the road. We were thinking either Bouchard or Hyman. I wasn't even sure at first if it was Bouchard or Hyman under the budget, but either way, the Oilers don't care, and they would not mind whichever one scored that overtime with an even series. This is perhaps the most underrated series thus far, and they're showing like it.
And by the way, for the record, even though this is going to be posted a little bit later and all that, Alec Nava, when he sent me those messages back and forth on the Twitter X side, he nailed Evan Bouchard. So full marks to you, good sir, for that. And let me say honestly, in the first and second round, I wish I had more to add for you, Alec, but I completely agree with you. Dallas and Vegas was my first round selection, and I did not expect in the second round, but I am saying it too. Vancouver and Edmonton, those are series as well.
But don't count Dallas and Colorado. I think they could surpass as Vancouver and Edmonton as our favorite series. But so far, Vancouver and Edmonton in the second round has been the better of the two.
Who is Game 3 more important for now when it comes to the Battle of Canada?
I feel it's a toss-up. I'm not sure which is which, but if you're going with the overall factor, I think it's more important for Vancouver knowing that they're stepping into hostile territory. But I feel on the road, it doesn't deter them. They won all 3 games on the road in the first round at Nashville. So I think it's more important for Vancouver to get the momentum that they're going with. That Arthur Sheeloff, should he stay in the crease, that this is another one of those games that he has to take over for them. Especially since Edmonton's at their comfort zone. Home ice.
Another critical question for you. Who has been the better goaltender in that series, Sheelovs or Skinner?
I just don't know, but I might have to lean Sheelovs into this.
I was leaning Sheelovs as well. I think Skinner has looked a little shaky. Not that Sheelovs hasn't, because you had the CC goal and the Hyman goal in that opener, and those were not good. But I'm still a little concerned if I'm Edmonton and then Edward Stewart Skinner. I know that he's got so many diehard fans, and if you say anything negative about Edmonton on social media, man, they'll run right down your throat. But I'm still a little concerned about that. I agree with you that Vancouver needs to make that push. But if they get that work on Stewart, you take a 2-1 lead after 3 games. You take it away here. We're about to start the second.
And here we go, John. Colorado still on the power play. They got the man advantage late in the first period with the 2 penalties on Mason Marchment and Matt Duchene, the 1 for Josh Manson, 2 for tripping, and the offsetting minors for Marchment and Manson, both for unsportsmanlike conduct after that uncalled for. And here we go. More power play time, 40 hours, 141 with such. Now, John, out here. Game 3 series is even 1 game apiece. Colorado took game on a come from behind victory, down 3-0. They won 4-3 in overtime. Game 2, Dallas won 5-3. No comeback that time around, even though Colorado on trail. Now low, Rantanen. That one tipped up highest off the board, stays in play. Steele lifts this one out, and Dallas is one-handed back the other way. Trying to charge passes Johnson, and firing his off of Georgiev. Steele was tied up on his shot. And now Colorado will move it up. Through the far side they enter. Drop pass back for Nichushkin at the far corner. Walking back, and then over to the point Makar. This pass deflected and makes its way over to Rantanen. Rantanen tried to flip it back for Makar. That one was read by Dallas and cleared out. Makar resets. Bringing it back in is Colorado, slowed down by Oettinger, who played on his back end. The wall as Colorado keeps. Gerard around. Over for the Moose. Rantanen. And that one fired all the way down. It might have skipped over a stick for some reason. And catch that. 28 seconds of power play time left. We're a minute 20 into the second. Toews to the left. Colorado enters once more. Could be up. Is going to score. If Dallas is going to challenge his Millsap plays one backwards, but it lands on a Dallas stick. Tyler Seguin clears. He had a short-handed goal in game 2. It's first of the playoffs. Drop pass, and over this goes for Toews. Entry feet up front, back for Toews. Down the left circle, and Oettinger shutting that one down as the power play expires. We're back to 5-on-5. 13 shots for Colorado, 6 for Dallas. All 3 power plays belong to the Avs. They have not scored. Dallas prize it free. Here's Thomas Harley moving it up through the near side, up through center, to the right side, over to the ex-Colorado Avalanche player, Duchene, behind it up front for Seguin. They're not firing. Heiskanen in a blast. That one at 94 and wide. Held in by Dallas. Here's Heiskanen over to the high slot, over for Chris Tannen, back for Heiskanen. Heiskanen back for Tannen. He can unload it, does so here. Georgiev saw that one get, and he blocked it in front of him. Now here's a 4-on-2 back the other way to the left. That pass too far, and it's cleared all the way down by Dallas. Georgiev will play this one out, and Sam Girard, he was decked. This side seems.
That's what we're going to get out, indeed. And again, just for me in the second period, Colorado's already had 5 missed passes back into their own zone. Maybe to me, they just look like the same team going up and down the ice where they're throwing it back to the defenseman and trying to drive the. Yeah, their forwards kind of bring this puck up the ice a little bit. Give Dallas a different look.
It seems like they're seeing all sorts of missed passes, John, going from the attacking end all the way to the defensive end. It seems that way. Here's Oettinger playing this one behind and starting up his right side to left. Dallas moves towards the left side. They're in the road whites, Colorado, and the Burgundy and Cerulean. Bumped around several times. Avs back with this. Up through center. Stick lift. Duchene stays with this. At the near side. Pass across. No one-timer, but a shot. Oettinger shuts that one down. We'll get a face-up with Sean Walker from the left circle.
Walker and Cogliano with a screen out in front is their profile on Nathan MacKinnon now. In this side for game 3. Again, Makar, MacKinnon taking off the score sheet. Now they're down 1-0 in this game. That flyby there. Pass Harley. That was that again, Dallas, because Nathan MacKinnon is all on his lonesome.
4 shots, 6 shot attempts this far. You think he's due for a goal here, John?
Absolutely. He's going to be on the score sheet tonight. Mark my words.
We'll keep that in mind here. I'll write that one down. Thomas Harley just cleared out as Makar was forced out by Cale. Here's Toews, Makar's defensive partner. These two are a dynamic defensive group. MacKinnon firing this one off the feet from Makar. Oettinger slowing this one. Drive free by Wyatt. Johnson breakout feed for Jamie. Benn was intercepted and clubbed down by Makar, who is now behind Georgiev, away by Benn. And then left to right, they go. Here's Colorado fighting around for the bar force. Oettinger once again slowing this one down over to the near corner. MacKinnon recollecting. Drive free. It's bumped over for Toews. That's swallowed whole by Oettinger. Another face-up.
Is Devon Toews the best-looking player right now for Colorado in this game?
Are you talking looks, or are you talking offensive talent, or are you talking just pure looks?
I could maybe say both and throw the joke in there.
I mean, he does look very handsome, though, but as of now, he is getting the good looks on the nets, and that's a good mustache that he is sporting.
He's playing quite well right now, and that is a good sign if you're Dallas. I understand he's a key player, but if he one and it's not Rantanen, Makar, and MacKinnon, then you're doing something right if you're Dallas.
You're doing something right if you're Dallas, if you're getting the best player. Rantanen or Makar, Bill stats, bumped him, and emerges with the puck. Walker to the left for Nichushkin. Nichushkin leads it off, poked away by the Stars. It wasn't offside, so it wouldn't have mattered either way, but we'll have a face-off just outside.
6 more minutes to say this, but I'll throw it out there anyway. I understand Dallas gets off to the great starts, and it's a 1-1 series. This is going to impress me even more, Alec, going into this Game 3 if they can take this one on the road. Even if it's less shots for them, even if it's low event on their standards, if they can down on defense and hold serve against Colorado here, that is going to give me the principality and thought that they can win this series.
And that starts with face-off wins, with Tyler Seguin winning that one. Other than defense, they've been holding their own. Oh, Georgia ran into some trouble, but it's squared away by Dallas or Colorado, I meant. And Duchene gets stonewalled near the penalty box doors. Mason Marchment from the left wing, heading out for Duchene. Seguin in front. Gonna fire his one. Oh, Duchene! Gonna tap this one right on Georgiev. Colorado gets this one out to center. And recollecting now, it is Marchment over to the left side. And standing there, Suter. Getting this one over to center for Seguin. The puck drive free. Now all the way back is Makar. Fake the deep pass. He'll try to up is Cogliano. Cogliano to center. This one bounced off the pass of Auditor and out. 15-10 to go.
Some of the shots, this time this is in the slot there for Cogliano, as Colorado just ice cream sandwiched themselves with Colton and Kiviranta, but it looks like Jake Ottinger, he's got his sweat on. He looks comfortable.
I know Colton had the right thing in mind. You shut down Duchene with a heavy hit. Just went for the wrong guy. Really fired.
Yeah, that definitely hurt a little bit.
Yeah, Kiviranta is a little banged up. Duchene is on the bench after that, knowing that was a low friendly fire. And 21st hit for Colorado as opposed to Dallas's 8. But Dallas has the upper hand, not by means of physicality, but by means of tight checking. That's a team that Peter DeBoer wants to go by. It's at the half wall. I'm a little tongue twisted around. That's when all the physical Makar spins and turns on the backhand right behind the net. Rantanen was tied up. Back the other way comes Dallas. This puck battle won by Devon at center ice. Colorado back with this, and they're looking to move it up. MacKinnon to the right. Makar for the near boards. Stopped by Hessel Liddell. Down deep. Tanner trying to pick this one away. Ramon center off for Rantanen. Couldn't fire this one away. Here's Makar. Puck got high. Shot. That bounced off a block. Over to the near corner. Both teams still fighting for possession. A stack of it. Back over to Cannon. Deep pass. Poked away from Johnston. But stack of it. Might have fired this one to the benches.
Good defensive intensity there for Dallas in the lane. Mikko Rantanen try to get something happen right on the top of the circles. No dice. Tanev there with the stick in the lane. I know Eddie Olchuk's going through some diagrams there for Cale Makar, but the defense is ready right now for the Dallas Stars, and they've been locked in this second period. They're starting.
That's what exactly they needed in order to take this game. Don't know the possibility of this being tied up, but we still imagine that we see either one of MacKinnon, Rantanen, or Makar. They have 30 shot tests between all of the 18 skaters for Colorado in total. Dallas has 12, yet they're up 1-0. This might be outshot 16-6. And that's in their corner. Can Colorado tie it here in the offensive zone? And this chance, though they won't for the moment, as Heiskanen poked this one away, still in the Dallas end, held it, Nichushkin, batted just Mikko fired this one wide. That was the best looking chance they've had in this period. Here's Sean Walker from the right side. Firing this one around. Auditor once again slowing this one down, but it goes over to Nichushkin. The X-Star at the far corner. Both teams poking it. At the left point, held around. Controlled on the backhand, bouncing puck. Reaching over to Walker. As both teams are going right at it. Nichushkin is on a 7-game goal streak. 9 goals scored in total. Had a hat-trick in Game 4 against the Winnipeg Jets. 1 star lost an edge. Jack Johnson skated away from him. Throw to the near boards. Fired deep. It's right behind with Auditor. All the way back to the other end. Another player lost an edge. As they're getting down and out in the first row. Waiting on the icing. Jen Steele. Oh, that's close. Georgiev turned out. on a give and go for Lindell. Deep pass, bouncing puck. Did not reach Sam Girard. And is this an icing? Yes, it will be on 12:37.
So I'm sure that Georgiev's life was flashing before his eyes. Dodonov off the chip and chase first beats Sam Girard, and then absolutely stonewalls Sam Steele. That honestly, at 12:37, as we go to break in the second, could be a game-saving save.
Yeah, honestly, it is. If Colorado comes back in over to win this for the second time in 3 games in the series, to come back, it's not out of the question here. But if Alexander Georgiev providing Colorado with the goaltending they've needed this far, this is exactly what we were expecting.
Yeah, well, this has been a lot of fun. Again, I'm so impressed what I've seen between both these teams. Again, even more so. And I have to really game 3, the defensive effort that Dallas has been able to show. We know how good they've been in the regular season. Again, it was pretty much a shootout in the first 2 games, but right now, playing this type of way on the road at Ball Arena against Colorado Avalanche, who seemingly have the best offense in the entire league, I'm really impressed. And Georgiev now, with that last one, as we said, has a huge save. Jake Ottinger looks locked in. I guess we'll wait and see what the rest of the second period has in store for us.
Yeah, we're still looking to show what both teams have to offer. So far, it's been Dallas who's been standing tall. I don't know who better is the 2 teams are. Colorado, we can say, is the bit better than 2 offensively. Dallas is the better than 2 defensively. If we can put it at that, it's a fair comparison.
Yeah, I think it's a fair comparison. And I'd also, if I'm Colorado right now, I know that they can strike at any given time. But Jake Ottinger's look locked in. He needs to be. I know it's kind of been shootouts, as we said, in the first 2 games. If Jake Ottinger can even get another level going, that could be scary for Colorado.
And by the way, I feel the icing was wiped out because in the midst of it, we had an interference penalty against Bally. He's going to go to the box to sit for 2 minutes.
There's been a lot of crazy calls. There's been a lot of penalties right now. So Stars here.
And good for them because they need to get power play action up against this Colorado team. They're up 1-0. They can expand on it. They've had the upper special teams thus far in the series. That can be emphasized with their shorthanded goal in Game 2 with Tyler Seguin. So far in the playoffs, they're 7 of 20 for 30%. That's a staggering number regular season-wise. And any team would love to have a 30% power play conversion rate in the regular season as much as it is near impossible to achieve that. But the Oilers just did that last year.
Yeah, that was one of the best power plays of all time.
Heiskanen to left side, Jamie Benn, drop pass. Heiskanen was way out of position, and they'll have to retreat all the way back. On the man advantage, Dallas is 1 for 4 in Game 1, 2 for 5 in Game 2. We'll see how good they are here in Game 3. Colorado thus far, they've had the upper hand penalty kill-wise. They're going to shoot this down over to Ottinger, who will lead this one out. Very rare do you see any 200-foot snipes on the penalty kill, but that's only center makes an egregious misplay. At the far side, Wyatt Johnson skating up with this. Leads it over to the right side, or Seguin dropping back over to Harley back for who I believe is Duchene. Duchene back for Harley. Continues to look. Duchene. Next half. Back for Harley. Short side. And Georgiev. Stuck tall in the right post. Seguin picks it up over to Harley. Walking to the left side of point. Seguin goes there. Harley on the right side. Tic-tac-toe between him, Marchman, and Harley. Down low. Siren pass. Could not be corralled hole. Here's Seguin to the near corner. 18 on that edge. Down low this goes. Here also looking for a lane. Fires one. Blocked in front. That was the necessary one. Loosen this one. Georgiev down. Gets back up. Dallas no with this one. Cross-side pass was blocked up. Seguin picks it up. Back across this go. Duchene with 2 seconds. 1 second. Power play over. Tic-tac-toe. Marchman going back over. This one out. Blocked in front. And it'll be now picked up by what is Brandon Duchene, who is fresh out of the box. Charging down the lane. Duchene to tie it. Can't do so 1 time, 2 times. Ottinger shut it down. Does it front. Marchman clears. We're seeing everything now. We have an icing in the best action.
You said it, Alec. Again, I'm going to look the other way. on that power play opportunity for Dallas. They look dangerous. And if you're watching Georgiev's body language, seems a couple times he could not track this puck. As Harley able to send this for Seguin almost in his pad and go for the top left corner, bounces off the Georgiev, and then another one bounces off the stick blade as Duchene tried to take it coast to coast. He got robbed twice.
It's amazing about the beauty of hockey, where he's trying to go to Miles Wood route in game one and call the winner of game one, in which he can be the hero, and he is the hero. Stretch pass way too far for Colorado. And Miles Wood, they need more of him on those coast-to-coast goals, those breakaway goals that they can capitalize off of. Nathan MacKinnon style, where Wood took a page out of the MacKinnon playbook. Here's Toews, parking at the right point, center off for MacKinnon. Here's MacKinnon, toe back! They score!
Oh my God!
Mikko Rantanen with the Duchene! We're tied!
I didn't mean to jump all over you, Alec, but I was falling out of my seat when I saw Nathan MacKinnon make that unbelievable backhand toe drag move, automatic tap in. That is spectacular stuff from number 29. And yes, he is on the goal sheet because he just addressed the entire defense.
You call your shot, you hit on your shot. I'll give you full marks for that one, John. MacKinnon made this Dallas defense. Chris Tannen, one of the best defenders in the league, looks silly.
That was a fortunate bounce there from Mikko Rantanen, for sure. But Nathan MacKinnon, as you said there with Chris Tanev, he beat about 3 defenders to that puck, and this game is tied. And Dallas just had. And how big were those saves from Georgiev?
Huge saves. Very big in Colorado. More to come back as Alan Roach, the PA announcer, is announcing the goal. You can put that on the highlight film as this puck is going up high. This was high stick up, but that was the player. Officials were quick to spot that. We'll stop it at 9:08, second period. What a goal by Mikko Rantanen. What a highlight film on the highlight reel for the Game 4 trailer here at the Avalanche.
Yeah, that is going to be real for years to come on that side. And it's a good thing we go to break because I think I need some water after that. My goodness.
For sure. We both need water after that. I'm joining you on this.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible. Again, what a way to get on the score sheet. But it was back to back. I mean, it's been some beautiful performances. And don't let the 7 fool you. He had to make a couple tough saves. And then Jake Ottinger, 19 out of 20. Honestly, if these goaltenders aren't playing the way they are, this game's not 1-1.
You're looking at 3-3 or something like that here in the second period.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Right now, Jake Ottinger, he's had a great game. Save percentage, 875 for Georgiev. So Logan Stankoven in the first late period goal for Miro Heiskanen off the assist at 1839. And right at the middle of the frame, that's a goal I'm going to remember for a long time. It would have been the best of the round. Mikko Rantanen, his third. From Nathan MacKinnon. And again, I've said Devon Toews' name, I think, about 12 times already. And I'm glad I have because I think he's been the best defenseman on the ice.
And that's saying something when you're Cale Makar and the rest of the Colorado Avalanche. I would not be feeling that bad if I'm Makar because for your partner playing this nicely, you should be happy for him that he is being the best defender on the ice for Colorado.
Yeah, and you have someone that can match the level of Miro Heiskanen because Miro Heiskanen's a beast for the Stars.
Yeah, James can match that as he's a new gear ever since he stepped in the Colorado uniform. That was perhaps one of the best additions that Joe Sakic has made and on the train with the New York Islanders, especially since, but to add to that's one of the picks, the second round picks that the Islanders received, they traded away to Arizona, which became J.J. Ottinger. And to credit and to Cody's, that you're now in Utah, Moser has blossomed into a potential top 30 defenseman for the years to come.
Yeah, and I want to see that continue to improve for Utah because I like some of the young players that they have. I hope it works out well for them, and I hope back to Phoenix and even Atlanta.
I mean, possibly with different owners, because
Sure.
Alex Mararello is puzzling.
He is. You said it correctly.
So we have a false start against Mikko Rantanen on this face-off. We'll have to do this one.
I think, are we going to get Nathan MacKinnon now or Mikko Rantanen? He's still spinning in circles right now. Jamie Benn's just ready to drop the puck here.
He's a good face-off man. No, we're taking offensive zone draws and one of the best face-off men for Dallas. He showed that there. Here's Pavelski inside. Trying to drop this one out. He was tied up. And this one goes the other way. Stretch pass. No breakout as this one poked away by Thomas Harley. Here he is back with this puck on the opposite. Watchman to the top pair with Harley at the left side, and he's going to the right. It is #1 defensive pair for many years to come here in Dallas. That's inside from Harley Johnson, Spinorama. That was a good block there, and now here comes a 2-on-2, now 3-on-2 for Colorado. MacKinnon drives back for Rantanen, who stops and fires. That one wide. That was forced wide, rather. Rantanen drop pass on the forward pass. Doesn't find anyone for Colorado, but Heiskanen leveled. Had to get that one up quick. MacKinnon jumped on it. Pass back to the point for Makar, holds it in. A crossover to Walker, who walks. Walker, that straightaway shot deflected by. That was too slow for the deflection. And around goes MacKinnon to the far side. That pass deflected away by Marchment. Marchment will sell it down, up for the air, and lift it out. Up down by Walker, who skate up with this. Benn on the pass, but Colorado gets this in all around from Ross Colton. Liddell at the near corner. Gets this one down the center. Seguin can't locate it. The first there is Jack Johnson at the far side. Has tried to clear. Walker on a whack. The center. Dallas will recollect. Looking to hit the double-digit mark in shots. They're even at 1. Jake Ottinger made 20 saves. Alexander Georgi had 8 saves, but some of the saves that Georgi had to make are high quality. Colorado can't get this one down as Niels Lundqvist was right in the face of Miles Wood. They'll game 1 overtime Miro on that 3-0 comeback winning for free. Glove down by Marchment. Back the other way comes Dallas. Lundqvist on the arm. Benson! Oh! That was close! Pad of Georgiev. That was so close.
Georgiev looked like he was one of those circus performers on a tightrope just trying to keep his balance. He was in that puck there, so it didn't cross the line. And luckily for him, it did not.
That's a lucky break for Georgiev. We see both goaltenders get lucky breaks as far when you include Ottinger with the help of his defense in the first period on the power play for the MacKinnon shot.
Yeah, there's been a couple close calls. Offensive zone draw for Dallas.
It's Hintz winning it here sooner. Straightaway shot, and Georgiev swallows it up on the 22nd shot attempt. Shot for Dallas.
This game has been a lot of fun. I know I've said that. I apologize for repeating myself. 7:06. It's a 1-1 game now.
It is the same thing over again, but I don't blame you for saying it over and over. Well-contested hockey game between two of the best teams, deservedly so, in the NHL. Middlestat inside, can't take it further. Canada pinned towards the wall. Abs keep it. It's Middlestat tied up at the far half boards. Now trying to center, Stackman was in his space. Trying to clear again. Settled down again at the left point. Now deep, Colorado. At the far half boards. Center in front. Middlestat. And that one wide. He had an open look. And it bounced out. How much closer can that be?
Man, I felt like it was just sitting there waiting. Yes, and I think that drew up.
It did. Off the post and then out. I wonder if Jake Ottinger would get some time to kiss that. Fleury would do.
Well, Nichushkin, and he should. Nichushkin a goal in 7 straight games. The only thing that stops Val is the post.
The goaltender's best friend, as they say, between him and Zach Hyman, and these two are in good hands scoring from in zone face-up with a bouncing puck and a convenient bounce for Colorado. It did not touch Devon. It's a blessing in disguise. They'll go.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the unbelievable play right now of Nathan MacKinnon, This would still be a 1-0 lead for the Dallas Stars. They're still keeping this out in front of them right now. But Jake Ottinger, I will say this so far throughout this game, Alec, he's my number one star.
Maybe the most underrated player on the Avalanche right now, as they were profiling him, was his relentless force defensively, even though he's one of the more undersized players for Colorado. Makar walking around, the shot wide. Pavelski the first there, he locates it, but Colorado gets it back. Around they go. Makar, bumping this one down on the right point. Around this one, goes over to Rantanen. Mikko Rantanen looking on his forehand around for the far floors, and a feed down low over to MacKinnon. MacKinnon wants to go back for Rantanen, finds a timer, looks up front. Left over to Katie's Benn. He looks to get this one out. And the feet up front, they do get it out. Walking to center ice is Wyatt. This one over to the near corner and recollects his own dump in. Gets brought down by Makar. Another hit by Colorado as this one was not centered out through. Here's Rantanen picking this one up at center ice. 13 scoring chances to 8. That's what the stat says in favor of Colorado. Harley says the throw doesn't important in center in front. Cannot be corralled home as one he has went down that was MacKinnon. Loved down by Thomas, Harley on the clear. Back across for Canada and fired around through the near boards. Rantanen trying to slap this one out is held in by Steele. Behind the net, now coming over to the right circle. Steele continuing to look, spinning and turning. Back behind it is got cut away. Steele right out in front, bouncing puck picked up by Makar. Makar fires this one down to limit the ice. Auditor will play this one way out of the. Now he's picked up by Canada, set up for Steele. Steele through center ice, down to the opposite zone. Beat over to Devon, center back in front. They score! Dallas back up 2-1.
Tic-tac-toe. That's how it happens right out the rush. I was a little bit scared for Odger to go play the puck anyway. I guess he knew what he was doing. Took it left to right. Dallas able to stay on side off a 3-on-2 rush. And Tyler Seguin, yes, sir, in the back of the net.
Second straight game of goal. Remember when he did not have a goal in his first 25 shots? Now he's on the board twice. All those concerned about Jonathan Marchessault last year being held off the score sheet. I don't know about Tyler Seguin. We don't expect him to go on a run like Marchessault has had, but for him to get 2 goals in as many games now and to find the wide open opening to force Georgiev way wide outstretched pad for Seguin.
Let me just say this too, Alec, before you jump right into Donov. What an unbelievable set of hands there.
For sure, indeed. Here's Dallas back to get stick saved there by Georgiev. Here's Liddell on the hold right around. Seguin from Donov and Steele. That's what they say officially. On a nice setup. Seguin with the wide open net, banking this one home on the 13th shot. Yes, he heard it right. Lucky number 13. This foot race will not get all the way to the goal line, so the icing is called off. Colton tied up by Seguin. Walker on the hold inside. Colton sharp angle. Doesn't go all the way. Dallas gets it out. It's past Seguin. Will this one roll beyond the goal line? It will. I see a 4:05 left in the second. And Seguin on the board to get Dallas up.
And I don't blame him for being a little bit tired on that one. What a ridiculous pass again for Dodonov. Cogliano tries to cut it off near the right post. If I'm Alex Gergiev, I'm hoping that my defense is going to be there because number 40, he's not going to make that save.
No. What more can he do? Basically, you're caught on an island in a pickle.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And now Seguin off that ice is going to take another draw.
He loses that one with Colorado getting off in the zone. Deep shot that was stopped by Ottinger. Here's Rantanen behind the net. DeBoer passes it over to Makar. Makar walking up. Shot. Nice block. And a broken stick for Mason Marchment. He will not get a partial break. Makar sends it back inside. To the left side for spun around double team. Duchene read the passing lane. He'll go over to the left side for Logan Stankovic. Cruising over to the near corner on the dump and chase. Allowing Toews to pick this one up. Now with a cross-border dump, Nichushkin will get there. Looking to score on his former team, extend his goal streak to 8 games. Won't do so now, but turn away that shot. Will Colorado find Nichushkin? Will Sam Girard get one here? He'll feed it over to MacKinnon. MacKinnon fires one. Backhand shot. Driven towards the near corner is Parise. Jason Robertson feed over to the right side. There might have been something there. We'll stay 5-on-5. 9:20 of offense zone time for Colorado, supposed to 6:46. Nichushkin is back inside. Center in front for Parise, who was tied up. Now Parise looking set up. Nichushkin can't get the shot away. Could not clear was Dallas. Manson keeps it. Here's Parise looking to step in front. The pass for Gerard. He was tied up on his shot. Dallas clears. And Manson places one down off a high stick. Play is whistled down 2:42.
Well, I'll tell you this. 29 looks like number 29, but I know this is just before the end of the second period here, Alec. But I need to see more from Cale Makar. I never thought I was going to say that now. I'm not saying he looks silent, but the Avalanche need him right now. They really do.
Yeah, given that he's by his standards, one, and to be fair, he isn't playing bad by any means, but you wanted to play a superstar status, exceptional status, but what they call in the world and the junior stage of ice hockey. But Makar, for how good he is, you know if we wanted to play at superstar level, Devon Toews is playing better than he is.
That's what I'm seeing right now. And the only reason I'm saying it that way is because I look at that previous pass. I know Mikko Rantanen just scored, but you can't have those blind back passes where it goes right back to Dallas because that's how they just scored on that last sequence there from Drouin and Seguin. So cut out some of that. Again, if you're Nathan MacKinnon, continue to put the team on your back. You need a little bit more from Georgiev here. And get that pressure as they've been, because right now Jake Ottinger, he's just sipping on his big gulp right now. He looks pretty calm.
Yeah, you can get away with playing fancy for a lot. And to be fair, playing fancy can work at most times. But if you play too fancy on some occasions, it's going to cost you.
Yes, it is. And Dallas in this thing, and that's what's made this matchup so interesting so far to be able to check out. Again, here's a update on the team stats. Shots 23-12 for the Avs, 28-12 on hits, and faceoffs tied at 17. Although you look at the penalties, there's these for Dallas, 3 of these for Colorado, and we don't even have a power play goal yet for Colorado. So how many more chances are they going to get, really? That's another question for you.
No, to Dallas's credit, they've been playing the better than two when Colorado is on the power play that you can argue.
I agree. Take it away.
So we're at 2:30. Heiskanen trapped his own zone. Colorado looking to tie this one up again. Shots. They have 16 so far tonight. They've been taking a beating in their own defensive zone, but that's the way DeBoer likes it. Thomas Harley, good look right in front. Got Georgiev guessing with some screens right in front. Nichushkin picks it up, feeds it to the right side, it goes back. Nichushkin toe drags to get away from Joe Pavelski and sends it down. Wide changes for Colorado. Same thing for Dallas. And Pavelski, grizzled vet, who can capitalize on any opportunity. Dallas could not clear as it's held in by Colton. Walking to right point, looking to center one down. The left side for Toews, or rather Jack Johnson. Johnson back for Colton. Longwood drive. And that was blocked in front. I would believe was Wyatt Johnson and Walker who picked this one up. Over to Johnson. For the far side, deflected in. Rush for this puck is by Colton. Colton to wave off the icing back to the point is Walker. Long wrister, walked in front. He'll travel off the center. Left side, this is offside, it seems. Or do we have something else? Or no, it's offside, they say. 126.
Yeah, it is. And again, if I'm to do that over, why not just take that down the left wing, go right to the net? You entered full speed on side, try to do a little too much there. Dadonov already has some good hands. Try to score there.
That simply was nice for Tiger Seguin. Probably take this into your own hands, make matters for your team, and get the. You already have 18 block shots in your Dallas. Go for the time, or go ahead and go.
Right now, Nathan MacKinnon is going to take this draw against Sam Steele. So Jared Bednar putting his top line out right now, and it's bottom 6 for Peter DeBoer. This is a big gut check time Dallas late in the period.
Yes, they say offense versus defense for Colorado and Dallas respectively. Sam Steele was waved off the faceoff. Greg Smith took his place. MacKinnon won that one cleanly. Up front to the near side. Mikko Rantanen tied up at the half boards by Harley. Well, Dallas trying to get this one out. Can't do so. Now they do. Gauntlet chasing this one down. It's Makar holding his own zone over to looking to clear, can't do so. Rantanen around for the board. This one intercepted by Ken as he jumped on the passing lane. Can't clear. Rantanen on the hole. This one goes. Still directing this one back. Over to Lindell. 42 seconds. Down deep. Dallas can't enter off of Donanoff. From the center, Rantanen sets up. For the right side, Casey Mills out to the net. Walks in. Could not make this one home. Dallas moves on with 30. Can they catch Colorado? Perfect timing on the defense, but Dallas is still aside. Seguin setting up over to Duchene, who fires. Good block by Racing. Right point with 16. Soder. Duchene fired this one around. Over for Seguin with 10. Nichushkin on the takeaway. Can Colorado jump for one last rush? Here's Benn to the far side. 5 seconds. Can't skate on with this. Colorado is forced out to center, and they'll have to milk the rest of this clock out. The Stars continuing to lead 5-1 after 40 minutes of action. 20 become the shots for Colorado. 2-1 the lead for Dallas.
That was a breathless second period, and you did a great job, Alec, on that side. The thing that I would look at if I'm the Stars is just try to make sure, again, you watch number 29. I know that's hard to do, but he's on the scouting report for the rest of the game. They've done a great job. I know Mikko Rantanen scored, but they've done a great job against Rantanen and Makar. A little bit too much of the load. That's exactly what you want for Dallas because that's going to tire him out. And on the other side for Colorado, you've done a great job getting shots to the net. And Ottinger has been the busier the netminder, and he's been terrific. But the only other thing is, I would go ahead and on those dump-ins, get a little bit more of a press. You probably have to put your bottom six out there a little bit. Muck it up, try to get a greasy goal. Because now, toward the end of that second period, I saw Nathan MacKinnon gasping for air. I think he's going to get burned out if this keeps up too much. He's going to need some support.
And you continue to utilize him into this much, you're going to burn him out, tire him out some more. It feels like a Connor McDavid, Leon or Colorado, you're just burning them out. But Edmonton has no problem utilizing McDavid and Draisaitl because they're tasked with carrying the ball in a minute. Same thing with Shack Island. For MacKinnon, Rantanen, Makar, that's your big three. At Yoda, there's no problem with them being utilized. But if they keep this one up with overutilizing them, burn them out so easily. That's why you mentioned about the burn line, the fourth one, get a greasy goal. That means Ross Colton, Miles Wood, Yakov Trenin, for example.
That's what I'm looking at right now because right now, and I'm glad you mentioned those names in specific. Trenin, 444, Miles Wood, 640. Some of these ice times, Domain, Kiviranta, I mean, they're quite low in comparison to Dallas, who have most of that in the 8 or 9s. Are really pushing Nathan MacKinnon and using him like a rented mule right now because he's at 1608. That would be top R. So that is exactly, I'm glad we punched that button. That's what I'm seeing right now. I'm a little bit concerned of that if I'm Colorado. How much energy might I expend there to try to tie this game and see if we can get a little bit more from that bottom six, maybe in the first 10 minutes. That's my call.
Out, which speaks in the absence of Jonathan Drouin. He has not played in the playoffs thus far. He was originally ruled out for all the first round series. Now, and if you're Colorado, you can certainly use his services right about now.
Yeah, you need everything you can get right now, and he'd be one of those guys that has regular season that they're certainly missing. Maybe it is the fact, and I need to open my eyes to this because I do have 4 of them, in the sense of Dallas is just a really good defensive team, and maybe I was not giving them as much credit as I probably should have been because when you look at the regular season and the playoff numbers, I know these were just pinball type games. And now this is the first game in game 3 of Ball Arena where this looks like a true intense defensive playoff game. And Dallas is doing an excellent job. And you can't discredit them at all. If you got somebody like Jake Ottinger in net, you're going to.
Yes, he showed up when it mattered. To his 225, 914 save percentage. He excels when he's on the road. That's his. When he's on the road, that's where he shines the best at. It is pointed out at the Open by the TNT/TBS crew that about his save percentage on the road and something about 64 saves in Game 7 against Calgary. We cannot forget that. We can mention it a lot here. And that was the birth of the legend himself. They're carrying over this momentum into becoming the potential franchise goaltender for Dallas down the stretch, and he's lived up to it.
Commercial, which was funny, that you see sometimes on Discover about Duncan the otter that they throw fish to playing hockey. That's what they started to call Jake Ottinger. They called him Duncan. Stays up, no sleepy, stop the puck. Oh, he's been doing all that, and he's been doing that and much more right now. Honestly, from what you talked about with the game against the Calgary Flames on that side in Game 7, I know they came out and got the victory, and that was the birth of Ottinger. But this might be the best version of him since that time.
Yeah, you nailed it. It's a walrus.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
That's what Jake Ottinger's playing like right now. I mean, he looks like the best goaltender in the playoffs. I know you got Igor Shesterkin on the other side. I'd say hold my puck on that end, but between East and West, I'm going to go on that side in between Igor Shesterkin and.
Yeah, I could mention put him on first round. We can say that. Second round has been a different story against Florida Panthers. Igor Shesterkin, we can say he's been the best goaltender in the Eastern Conference. Jake Ottinger, best goaltender in the Western Conference. And overall, we can see these two as contenders of the playoffs thus far, and you nailed it there.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens, and I think that's what makes it very interesting. If Dallas does get to the Western Conference Finals, hell, they win this one and go up 2-1. I think you and Cooper could be right on that side, because that's going to put ridiculous to say a must-win situation for Colorado in Game 4, because I do feel like they can rattle off a few wins. But if Jake Ottinger plays this well, Game 4 turn into a must-win if Dallas goes up 2-1.
Yeah, it has to be. If you want to go up 2-1, the series continue. He's been playing like one of the best goaltenders and the best goaltender in the Western Conference. You live up to that matchup. Even Henrik Lundqvist possibility happening that he as a goaltender himself, he loves to see goaltenders excelling at the highest stage. Even for his beloved Rangers and Igor Shesterkin, and he loves to see more of that. Same thing on the West with Ottinger. If we want to see a goaltending matchup, if you love goaltending, you can entertain the Rangers Star Stanley Cup final.
That would be something I would love to watch as well. Again, I shouldn't say that I would be hurt if I don't make it. Again, I'd feel for Carolina. I'd feel for you a little bit, Alec, on that side. Honestly, I don't know why. Maybe it is because I like watching Nathan MacKinnon. I think he's one of my favorite players, but I kind of would feel bad if Colorado was out, and I know a lot of Detroit Red Wings fans would probably be angry for me for saying that, but I just love watching him play.
MacKinnon, with the way that he plays, his style brings some excellence on the ice, off the ice. He's a true leader on the ice. And even rivalries aside, if you're looking at this team, the Avalanche are still one of the best teams in the league. That's what we can put it at that. And even though there's still this fierce rivalry that in which it can intensify should these two meet later down in more prominent matchups, we still have yet to see these two in the playoffs. They're in separate conferences now, but still rivalries are rivalries. And Red Wings and Red Wings fans, for as it was in the past, we can and respect the fact that the Avalanche, they're still one of the best teams in the league, and we'll hold them to that.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to look at this too, because I know we talked about the St. Louis Blues and we talked about Toronto. So I just pulled up Cap Friendly as we're going in through this intermission and the second intermission. And honestly, I know you got some of the stuff locked up there with Tyler Seguin and Jamie Benn. And I know those numbers are high at 8.5 and 9.5 respectively for Seguin and Benn. But honestly, it looks like Jim Nill's got this cap situation in a great spot. And they have a lot of money even coming off the books next year, because it's like Hakanpää, Tanev, whether you're going to go ahead and sign Nils Lundqvist or some of the other things. I mean, I feel like they're in a great spot. Maybe Dallas they're going to have to at least take a few more years before they have to pay people like, Logan Robertson. I know he's got 7.7, but I mean that kind of feels like a deal right now. I feel that they're in a spot where they can get even better.
And then the ever so continuous question about that. You mentioned Tannen, you mentioned Lundqvist, you mentioned Hakanpää. I feel one of these three is going to go. If they can keep Lundqvist around on the middle term, sign into a new deal. Tannen you can keep for another year, 2 or 3, if he can provide his defense to Dallas, which puts Hakanpää as the odd man out. Then on offense, you have to take care of business with Dellandrea, Steele, Duchene, and the ever so important question, perhaps the biggest toss-up. What happens to Joe Pavelski?
I don't know, Alec. Again, right now, from where it's playing in the playoffs, it kind of feels like the Joe Pavelski show might not be what it used to be anymore. But I forget he's 39 years old now.
He's been playing at a high level for this long, and now that he's 39, we don't know if Dallas is going to get him a Stanley Cup at long last. Both him and Ryan Suter, but they'd be smiling like a butcher's dog if they both finally win a Stanley Cup at 39.
No, they definitely deserve it, and you're right. Now that I think about it, when I look at it for Dallas, I guess I wouldn't even feel bad if they won a Stanley Cup because I would like to see those two actually get there first. They really, really deserve it. And honestly, it just goes and tells you again. We've said a lot of times about Jim Nill and between, Robertson and Otten, same draft, and then you get Stankoven and all these other players like that, and you continue to build it up through the draft. This is what continues to push your team forward. Yes, you have a lot of cap there on Seguin and Benn, but you can afford to do so when you continue to draft so well.
That too. On Jamie Benn's next contract, we'd imagine that if you want to keep this core around on the long term, say if Benn takes a pay cut to stay with the Stars to keep them competitive, say he takes a lesser term on the average annual value, somewhere along the lines of $6 million. Let's start about there. So he takes a cut on a team-friendly contract. You're still competitive, and you keep the core around for as long as possible.
I think you are a closer number than I have because if I told him to cut that 9.5 in half, he'd be mad at me. But that's where I was going. I think you're probably right though with the 6 to be fair because the up and essentially what that will buy you, Alec, and what we're saying is they get Dallas a free 4 extra players here to keep that core going, and then you still build around Wyatt Johnson and Logan Stankoven. And honestly, I'm jealous.
There's a lot of or however long that's going to go. Imagine you keep Johnston on the long term. You start negotiations with Benn and Johnston in the summer. I'll have it at that. Even though they're free agents in 2025, you free agency.
I don't think that's a bad idea, Alec. It's never a bad idea to me to sit down with the GM and say, hey, we want to be competitive for years. This is what we're thinking. Let's get it all squared away now so there's no surprises. I think that's what good GMs do.
Yeah, that's what the best handle business. That they negotiate with their players, and a healthy relationship with the team. Nill and Benn have known each other for so long. It's been a decade since Nill has stepped into position as the GM of the Stars. And let's say his tenure has been a success.
No doubt about it. Again, even in the side for, what was it, the COVID bubble or whatever it was for Dallas, they made the Stanley Cup Finals, and nobody expected them to do that at this time. And now this team is better than it's ever been when they made it that far. So I would expect Dallas to be probably in the final. To give you your reset, again, we talked about it in the first from Logan Stankoven, Miro Heiskanen, that at 18:39, but in the second period, that's when things really got spicy. Mikko Rantanen, Nathan MacKinnon was doing a toe drag windmill between 3 different defenders. Mikko Rantanen picks up the loose change out in front of the net. And I don't know why they got Eddie Olczyk in front of a 7-Eleven drinking a culotta, but there he is.
Oh, the 7-Eleven.
And then Tyler Seguin from 15-13 from beginning to Donov and Sam Steele. The Donov's pass from left to right off the rush. Dallas able to stay on sides. 2-1 is the score. Jake Ottinger been absolutely terrific in this game. 22 out of 23. Gergiev, 11 out of 13. That last goal was not his fault. And now, again, as we talked about, we will get into this a little bit more. We get into the third. I want to see how much energy Nathan MacKinnon has because the rest of this team needs to pick it up for him.
As you see, Paul Bissonnette was carrying the air horn over the studio, and Anson Carter has the dog treats. They, for all the young generation that can add there, or anyone else who wants to add that and watch hockey, we'll see who has that dog in him. So far, it's been Jake Ottinger stealing the show for Dallas.
Yeah.
You can say he has that dog in him. Nathan MacKinnon, dog in him.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are where you got to lean as far as the stars in the game. I have no discredit for that. And maybe what it is, I'll just say it like this: the energy from the fans, something. But again, as I lean with Alec, I'm going bottom six. Got to find a way to get them some more minutes. Try to get a push within the first 10. See if you can get something past Ottinger. They might have to press enough, Alec. They might even give up a breakaway goal on the other end, but so be it, because Ottinger's looked unbeatable. And if you don't give him that ultimate pressure, you might not get another one.
Exactly what Miles Wood did in game one of this series in overtime. That was the game one winner in the OTGWG on that 3-0 comeback. But you don't see 3-0 comebacks all that often. That was Dallas' 7th loss when they led by 3 goals in a playoff game. Edmonton's game one loss was their 8th. So it was bizarre to say on that stat, but Dallas matched that record. On the Oilers said that they're going to have their record back, and it's one record that they do not want. But if I'm Colorado, onto your original point, still you want to get more minutes for your bottom 6. So, as I pointed out earlier, give it to guys like Wood, Ross Colton, Yakov Trenin, even get Brandon Duchene.
Yeah, you have to. You got to find something there. And if, again, you're Jared Bednar, and from that quote that you talked about in the first, I thought it was a great one. You're seeing some of the top stars get frustrated. You can't. And again, it's one of the situations where Dallas has played so well, it forces you to get frustrated. The only thing is get more traffic on front of Jake Ottinger and get as many chances as you can. I think you got to go all out. Honestly, I do. You got to take one of these ones. You got to at least keep your home ice and then go back to Dallas at worst tied 2-2. Because if one of these teams goes up by a couple games, I think the series is probably over.
Probably. You can put it at that. So, and if you're going to go clean up goals, this is where guys like Arturi Leck and Nichushkin step in. They're 2 of the best at doing that for Colorado. And it's no secret on why they are leading the team in goals. It's because that they're getting most of their looks from right in front of the nets, the dirty work.
Yeah, they're really good at that. Again, I remember Arturi Lekkinen, a big piece a couple of years ago from the Canadiens to help the Avalanche go ahead and get the cup. Same thing for Val Nichushkin. They're able to get that on lock and key. Need those guys right now to step up. Alec, do you want to take this first 10 minutes or do you want to close it again?
So I'll take the first 10 minutes. How about you close it this time?
Okay, we'll switch. Go ahead.
I closed things out last game. It's only fair if we do the inverse.
All right, I just want to make sure because I know there's going to be a lot of excitement. I hope you get some more, my friend. That second period was pretty good. I think this third period is going to be the same.
Yes, there we go. Grab your popcorn, everyone. Here we go. Third period. Tyler Seguin go-ahead goal. As Mikko Rantanen on a cleanup. And in the second period, that evened it up. That's what Colorado wants to do. Here in this third period, we are as faithful sides sighting over the upper sections of Ball Arena, formerly Pepsi Center.
I think right now, after this, nobody needs a Pepsi because this game's kept you wide awake.
It does taste better than a 5-hour energy. I'll put that. Third period, here we go. Alec, John, rolling. Early chance here for Dallas in the third period. being outshot 23-13 by Colorado. Out from in front, tuck and pull. Couldn't do so as Georgiev shut it down. Or that from Colorado to DCS. That was just holds it through, but Josh Manson gets out. Get more depth scoring. And this one not an icing as it took a bounce off the boards. The Stars are playing this one up. It reaches to the opposite corner, far side. Cale Makar first there, icing. 44 seconds in.
So it's worth resetting. 4 goals after down 0-3 to win in game 1. 3 goals after down 0-4 to get close. Colorado needs to find a way to start quick. Dallas stopped them here in game 3 to do so. That's why they're up 2-1. Important draw, and Dallas gets it.
And find a way. That was their year they won the Stanley Cup. They're looking to find a way again. They found a way in 2022. Can they find a way this time around? Puck loose, picked up by Jamie Benn. Too far for Wyatt Johnson. Johnson goes down sliding to the far corner as he was shoved away by Toews. Pavelski there as Johnson struggling to get up. MacKinnon poking this one free, and it bounces over to Makar. Escaping away from the ever so ageless Pavelski, and Makar made him look full dipsy doodle as he was sliding down. MacKinnon at the half boards near side. At the left point, backhands this one around. Harley was there, but it's set up in front for Rantanen. Back to MacKinnon he goes. At the near corner, over to Jack Johnson. Johnson walking around. Wyatt Johnson, deep backhand for Jack Johnson. Located by Auditor, he's closed it down 18-25.
I can appreciate the level of head fakes there for Jack Johnson. As again, as you mentioned, Makar and Pavelski, that was nasty. I can appreciate the head fakes for Jack Johnson, but again, if I'm the Dallas defense, I'm not buying that.
I wouldn't be buying it. You can all appreciate the loads of fakes by Johnson. Sidney Crosby's one of his many best friends around.
Absolutely, that's a good one to have.
And another stat here, the Avs have 17 third-period goals as a big hit from Dallas. This possesses Colorado of this puck and go back the other way. Some more contact right behind Georgiev's crease. Avs trying to get this one out, they do so. Dallas' deep shot. When Avs bring this one out, they have 17 third-period goals, which paces the NHL. Valeri hands it off. Over to Walker, centering pass. Benn bounces over the leg of a Dallas defender to the left. Over to who I believe is right suitor. Now drop pass right behind for Greg Smith. Picked apart. Avs back the other way from right to left. Nichushkin's in. Stick from behind by Smith. Nichushkin on the keep. Lindell on the stretch pass. Located this one. Intercepts. Several more whacks at the sticks. As the Stars back within this near boards. And it goes back out. And Georgiev will play this one out, which negates any icing. Manson over to Duchene. Now it's the stretch pass picked apart and pried apart. And coming back in, it says, oh, Lindell to the net. Outsider Georgiev stops when he's still down. Georgiev back the other direction. Smith turned away. Kept in by Heiskanen. And Harley can't hold this all. Cogliano back the other way. Dump and chase. Trenner will be the first there. Heiskanen got there simultaneously. Trenner with the poke. Over to the left point where Toews on the keep around for Drennan. Bouncing puck is up high. And Drennan got stick up high into the face. As Ben is begging for a penalty, Georgiev does not see a head up in the air. You'll have to stay on. That's not called unless you get a closer look at it on the replay on why this was not called. A shot goes on. Could not be sent out by Dallas. They have to keep all the way around. Hintz gets tied up. Dispossessed. Back the other way is Miles Wood. Bouncing over to the far side. And recollected by Makar. Opposite point. There's Toews. Down deep. Shot blocked. Colorado on the hole. Caves across from Makar. He's going to look. Deep shot blocked down by Auditor. He'll hold it. 13 on why this was not called.
Yeah, I'm not sure there on the Trenton side. That looked as clear as day. There was no selling that. He got hit right in the teeth, and there was no call. As we'll get an offensive zone draw here. Jake Ottinger just continuing to make saves.
And we're not getting a replay of the high sticking penalty as of right now. They're showing the upcoming schedule for tomorrow on the TNT TBS side. They're going full-scale line changes here. Jamie Benn conversing with his line mates.
And again, I should have said during the previous break there, Georgiev, what a stop on Dodonov who was going crazy driving to the net.
He sure was. That line of the fourth line, which is an interesting decision, considering you have Radek Faksa at your disposal. This one goes up onto the netting. I'm surprised that Faksa subbed out when he was the Game 7 hero.
Yeah, I'm not really sure on that one either, Alec. I think that's a great call for you as we're looking at the Dodonov side. He said, go out and make a play. And then you go out and win the game. Play now.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you have the option between Sam Steele and Radek Faksa on your fourth line center as that long drive was stopped by Auditor from Cale Makar. But it's no worse for wear. You have to alternate between Faksa and Steele on your fourth line center. And Faksa, you're very familiar with the side. Steele is another defensive option you can trust. Benn saw this one kept in by Nathan MacKinnon. All the way across. Past Lekkonen. Johnston has it. Gets it out. Colorado recollects. Here's Pavelski moving inside the zone. We haven't said his name much. That's because he has not found his score sheet thus far here for Dallas. Colorado looking for the tying goal. Middlestad sends it through over to Parise. Parise's been around and a drop pass over for the trailer Gerard. Over to Middlestad, sees it go by him. Now for Nichushkin. Here's Gerard's long drive. It's going to be locked down by Auditor, but once again, as you point out, Pavelski, he has just one assist in the playoffs.
Yeah, he was just going and taking that shot. As Benn trying to finish a hit on Rantanen. And I don't know if I'm reading in it too much, but does Cale Makar seem a little passive to you?
But it seems that way. Not too far.
Yeah, I feel like he could take some of those on offense, but he's electing to just pass it right back and move the puck around.
If we've seen Cale Makar play a level similar to the caliber of his Nordstrom candidates, as Parise deflects it wide. Colorado's still looking for the tying goal, and once again, Makar used to play at the caliber of his fellow Norris Trophy caliber defenseman, and Adam Fox, Quinn Hughes, Roman Yossi, by the likes of that. Colorado fires it in, but we are still looking to see more from Makar. If he can make an impact in this game, we'd imagine that he'll be due some time around to score the tying goal. He's not on the ice right now, but Sam Gerard out there on the second pairing. And Nichushkin looking to go in. Pass too far. Wants to clear, and they do so. Go to far side. Stars enter in now. Jack Johnson recollect from the near corner. Spun around several and shoved down several times. Gauntlet bumps into Josh Manson. Colorado tied up. They're looking to send this one through. Cogliano down for the lane. Jake Andrew plays it out over to Ryan Suter. Spun around the backhand. This will go down for the ice. Collected by the Avs. Duchene sends one through. This one behind the red light clearly. Icing with 14:06.
Yeah, it sounds odd to say it, but unless certain players step up the way Dallas is, I've been really impressed. I'm trying to find a way for Colorado to break through and score some more goals, but Dallas doesn't look like they're giving anything up right now.
No, they're playing at their comfort zone at the defensive end to force Colorado to beat you over to the outside. Most possessions here in this first period, Cogliano got stick lifted on this dump in. Used to play for the Stars, now he's playing against them. That's the 6-minute mark. So unless there's an ice, he'll get a stoppage on her next whistle. Chris Tanev at the right point, looking downwards at the near corner. Finds his man. That was Jason Robertson. Robertson trying to send this one through over to Hintz. Does so. On the hold is Tanev. Over to Robertson. Robertson back for Tanev, who is holding it at the right point. The Stars have to give this one up to Colorado. It's on wholesale line changes. Johnston on his face. Makar. We need something from him, and Avs fans need something from him. And us in the broadcasting crew, we're still looking to see if he can get an impact for Colorado on the offensive stat sheet. 13-10 left to go. Avs looking to tie. MacKinnon down and inside. Heiskanen away from Rantanen. Saying this one for the far wall, down for the ice. This may go all the way, and it is.
12:58 left to go in Las Vegas. Hell, Alec, we might need to go down there to go watch the draft. That would be cool.
Oh, how about some U2 as well?
Yeah, no doubt. It is quite a show. That is uniquely Vegas.
And they're saying it's a decentralized draft at the Vegas Sphere for what they're saying. Well, I'm not sure when they're going to get a decentralized draft starting, but that's the model the NFL and NBA use. I think it's a good thing for the NHL to go decentralized.
Yeah, that would be pretty.
Yeah, a good look for the league as this one fired around by MacKinnon. John Walker holding at the near boards. Fakes out Jamie Benn away from Pavelski. Fed over to MacKinnon. MacKinnon, deep backhand shot. Doesn't go over to the net. Rantanen holds this one inside over MacKinnon at the left point. Opposite boards over to Walker. Tight shot. On to shut it one down. Comes back to Gerard. MacKinnon at the left point. Dropping it over to Walker. Sean Walker at the point. Exchanging sides with Gerard. Around the boards again. MacKinnon just frees it up. Gerard spinning around Wyatt Johnson. Gerard. Johnson watching him. Gerard looking for shooting lane. Finds one. Gets this guy among some bodies. A pile of bodies right around. Trying to get this one up. Rantanen finding out. This one almost went in. Just grazed off the outside of the left post. It sails right by. And Dallas clears onto the Colorado end. So much offense. And just 2 minutes away from turning it back to you, John. Here's Rantanen over to Nichushkin. At the half boards, around over to the near corner. Dallas trying to clear. Tanev fed it over up front. And here come the Stars with Marksman lead the way. Fed over to Tyler Seguin. Seguin finds it on the Georgia, loose in front. It sails over to the far corner. Over to Middlestat. Sailors are down right behind Andres Grease. Dallas arrives first is Tanev. Middlestat can't pick this one up. And outside Duchene. Left side lead the way. This is Marchman. 3 on 2 as they enter. There's a shot that went wide. Georgia might got a piece. Dallas trying to keep it. They do. Spun around on this pass. Loose puck now picked up by Jack Johnson. Gets tied up. Near corner, Middlestat. He spins away from Dadonov. Feed over to the right side of the boards. Dallas able to pick this one up. It's Greg Smith on the hold. Still turnaround shot. Makes way to Georgia. And Harley is going to hold his zone. Thomas on his momentous flip. Loose in front. Georgia, 2 saves. 1 on the initial. This goes down to play with 10:45. And alas, we can breathe.
And you know, Alec, that all started when the puck bounced off the referee in the end for Dallas in the offensive zone. Colorado a little slow to get to the vulcanized rubber, and Georgiev bails out his team, and then Sam Steele shoots it into the sky.
But not expecting this guy. Georgiev got that might have been off his blocker.
Yeah. That was a very close call for the Avalanche, and I don't know how many more times they'll be able to survive that.
And if you're Colorado, I don't know how much longer you're going to survive this barrage of shots. You're already in a good spot offensively. Dallas is outworking you defensively.
Yes.
I would not be surprised if Dallas steals it on the road, given they're the best road team in the league, going up against the best home team in the league. So both can.
Agree, Alec, and I think now, especially in this third, the chances that Dallas has gotten from the hard work, as you said, but when they've gotten in the zone, what are they doing? They're not taking an extra 3, 4, 5 passes. They're firing at Georgiev with conviction, and they're forcing him to make a save. And I think they have the right.
That's the simplest game plan you can put it. Just fire it at will. At this point, you find an open shooting lane that you can get. When you see that, just fire it.
Yeah, there isn't any reason to reinvent the wheel here right now for Dallas. I think you played an excellent road game. Yes, you've got fantastic. Again, that is why you have a goaltender of his caliber, so you can win games like these possibly on the road against the Avs. And if, honestly, I'm Peter DeBoer going into Game 4, and it happens to be another one of these situations, I don't care how it happens. If you're Dallas, win the game. That's all that matters.
Is the most important stat. And I wanted to point this out and missed on this. Congratulations to Logan Stankovic on his first playoff career.
That is a very good marker for him, and I imagine very many more to come.
And Mikko Rantanen is 1 point on the ice right now as this Colorado's third line. Miles Wood centering this one through, tied up. Wood trying to send this one on this he's there. And Dallas will recollect it at their own end and force up front. This Yakov threaded. Harley just fires this will block out mistake, and a second shot couldn't materialize. Shredded away from Seguin. Trying to escape with his puck. Out to center. Shredded. Tied up by Seguin. Trying to force this one free. Sends it over to Ottinger. Go feed it for Heiskanen. And John, you take it from here, buddy.
Here's an opportunity now. Nathan MacKinnon in the offensive zone. Here's a pass. Way too hard. And now a rush the other way. 3-on-2 Dallas. Here's an opportunity. This one bounced away from Dadonov to him. Puts it around the inboards and sends it out in front. And Nate Dogg's got it. See if he can do something off the rush. Now the right wing side. He gets shoveled up by a couple defense, including Nessa Lindell. As this one sent back down and across the red line. John Hunter with you alongside Alec Nava. I'll take it on for the rest of the third. If not, Alec's going to take us in the part of the overtime here. It's only fair. This might be where it goes. And we'll see what happens in behind the cage. This is Jack Johnson, former U of M man. They brought him back to try to get some great sandpaper here for the Avs. Here's a rush now. Wyatt Johnson. Good. Cancel off defense here for the Avs. They had to have it. Nichushkin bounces off of him. Dallas wide open. Here's a block out in front. And now we'll see what happens for Middlestat. They'll try to take a pass way too hard off the inboards, but it does fall to Jake Ottinger that will force a draw.
Now, I know Dallas is getting on this recent play in the third period. He had that high shot, but Colorado, this is a shot block they absolutely had to take. Nichushkin a little too hard on the pass. And if Colorado is still going to get these looks, they have to continue to do so and fire by Jake Ottinger. I know he's played great, but you have to protect and get more looks at the front of the net.
You do, Alec, and I know we said this earlier, but I do want to repeat this again because we said that Colorado was playing a little bit too fast and they missed their passes again. That almost happened to them again for a 3-on-2 rush for a shot block they had to have. They still have time to run their offense right now, correct? There's still 9 minutes left.
You still have 9 minutes. You can certainly do something here. Score your tying goal. And you still have even more time if you want to get the win here in Game 3. You have not led at any point in this series outside. Colorado's been up in this series. Otherwise, it's been mostly Dallas to this point.
Does that surprise you in general that Colorado has never led? Because it definitely surprises me a bit.
Yeah, to be honest, it does surprise us. You'd imagine that the Avs would be up at some point in the series, leading in this game, them on their defensive side, and they've done that on the latter half of each game to feel which could spark another comeback for Colorado if they're going to come back to take this one like they've done in Game 1. I'm not sure how that's going to hold for the Stars. They did tie it up with Nathan MacKinnon scoring early. Yeah, I called that game. But the Avs keep attacking, keep pressuring the front of the net. You need guys like Nichushkin and MacKinnon.
And again, they're showing Jason Robertson's mom. This is pretty cool. Of all the times that he shot the puck, I guess he also hit the insulation. He hit the wall so much.
Well, the importance of a goal net or some protective netting at your house if you want to practice your shots. Happy Mother's Day to all who celebrate this nice holiday. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. It is officially Sunday in the Eastern time zone.
Absolutely. Good shout out there to all the moms out there working very hard. All the hockey moms, because hockey's not a cheap sport as well. Of course, all as this is an opportunity. Off the pass, Mikko Rantanen. Too far for him now as Dallas. With the victory green tops, white jerseys, and black pants, and victory sounds pretty good for them right now. Jason Robertson gets the steal. Here is Roope Hintz. He's a very good 200-foot player here, one of the very best. They pry it loose. I feel like he has been everywhere. He just needs some more help, and I have to say it enough because I feel like he's not getting it. Arturi Lehkonen. Now Nathan MacKinnon. Find the entry now for Rantanen. Slow up, make the pass. Here's Manson. He's all tied up. Good save there for Ottinger, but no rebounds for Cole. Josh will get dispossessed here. Here's a drop for Matt Duchene. This one goes just wide as Josh Manson. He gets all turned around. He's tied up there with Sam Girard. Now Manson will emerge with it. Arturi Lehkonen try to get this right to him. I don't think they're going to be able to do so. As this one sent back in deep, Sam Girard will get smashed against the glass. Bounces off the referee, but this is ice nonetheless. 7:36 left to go in regulation.
Girard was forced wide on the shot. It's a good look for Dallas to force him wide to get him on a lower percentage shot. If you have an open look, well, Dallas is going to erase that. It looked like Girard had an open look, but no can do. The Dallas defense did a good job of forcing him to the bottom of the left circle, and I mean the exact bottom of the left circle.
Yeah, they've done a great job, Alec, as you mentioned, keeping them on the outside and making Colorado's life difficult. And when there has been chances that Jake Oettinger need to make a save, he has. As the faceoff was won by Jamie Benn, it's blocked out in front. Ross Colton too far for him. Shots are 31-20. That's of note right now because Dallas, even though they're down by 10, they've really percolated on that shot board. And they played quite well. Here's an opportunity now. Devon Toews. Is he going to try to take this coast to coast? He got hooked by Miro Heiskanen. But this is now Ross Colton. And around the inboards now, Trennan will settle it down. That's a sloppy pass. And what's going to do? It looked like Joe Pavelski on the edge of his shift. Then he has to take a seat off the reverse hit. Miles Wood. Pavelski didn't have any energy left in the tank. As now it's up to Casey Middlestep. Nichushkin. Nichushkin now will put this around the embankment. Walker will watch as bounces off the Avs. Outstretched stick, it's Chris Tanev, former Flame. As this one sent back down. Again, speaking of the Flames, you think about Elias Lindholm and Nikita Zadorov. Oh my goodness, they've been good. As this has been sent down. That's that series with Vancouver and Edmonton. 6:25 left to go in the third. As this one sent in by Dallas. Here's a good hit. Cale Makar will get this puck loose. And now sent back down for Middlestep. Former Sabre. He's played a big role here for Buffalo. They need anybody to the Avalanche to tie this game with 6:05 left. John Hunter with you alongside Alec Nava. It's been a very entertaining contest. And the Dallas Stars, they are on the chance to take a 2-1 series lead. They really would have earned it if they're going to get it. Jason Robertson. He gets us around Sean Walker. Now the right side down, here's a slapper. This one goes wide off the left side boards. Picked up now Arturi Lehkonen. Here is MacKinnon. He'll rush it behind the net. No penalty. Again, I don't think that Colorado's going to get any more of these because they already had a time to start this game. That was full speed. Pick up an attempt. This one gets blocked aside. And now Colorado escapes the danger again. Here's the Moose. Mikko Rantanen find the entry, the drop across the boards as they flip this back around to Maine. They'll try to get a stick on it now. Dallas, can they get this out? This is Rantanen trying to get a stick on there now. I'm not sure how Jared Bednar is moving these lines around, but I think he's going to have to do a better job of this going into Game 4. There's just too much ice time for guys. I understand they're superstars, but I don't think they're going to be able to keep this pace going forward unless they go full sail for Game 4. As this is onside. Now, Colorado, one more time back in their own end. 4:45 left to go in this third. Goal. This is chipped in. Seguin tried to find it. We couldn't get around Wood. Now on off the left side red line. This will be sent in. And this will not be iced as we're still underway with the play. Mason Marchment trying to take this left to right. Colorado trying to force a steal. Nichushkin was, but now this is on the left side red. Sent down now. Georgiev will stop it. He has been pretty good in this game, but Jake Oettinger has been a bit better. 29 out of 30. Georgiev 19 of 21. Here is pickup now for Heiskanen. They'll try to take the flip. It's intercepted near the right side. 4. Dallas has the 4. They got the reinforcements. They'll settle it down. Here's a race for the puck right now. Spin and turn. Colorado. Dallas's defensive end. It's been a battle right now, and Colorado, every time they touch the puck, they turn it over. They can't keep it enough. Back in behind their cage. Johnson overskates the puck for whatever reason. He had no one in front of him. Now Manson will have to start it again from right to left. Outstretched pass from 100. It is Lehkonen now. This will slap this around the end boards, but this goes right to Dallas. This could be a rush. 2-on-2. Here's a chance toward the right circle. Pass across. Good stick lift. as Johnson able to get the steal, but it's a pass that goes way wanting, and this is iced against Colorado. Oh boy.
And what are we seeing from Colorado? This is unlike their usual selves. Some of these passes that we're seeing are sloppy. It feels like they're out of sync. Makar, with no points this far, he did not have a point in game one, game two, and tonight. And usually, you don't win games where you have your big name superstars being held off the score sheet or the stat sheet. So far, it may have been out of place. Colorado needs to refocus. If you want to get a time to pull Georgiev, use that time to call timeout once you get into the zone to force Auditor to make a stop.
I agree. And also call timeout the rest of your top unit because they just showed it. The Avalanche are 9-12 when Makar doesn't have any points offside yet again, but 9-12. And that really just shows you the importance of Cale Makar because that's about 440 percentage. When he does have at least a point, their win percentage in the playoffs bounces to 750. We'll take immediate timeout. Colorado needs this more than anybody.
Yeah, I agree with you. Colorado needs it. They can use this as a de facto timeout, not a de jure timeout, even though it can function as more of a timeout. Huddle up your players, get them to refocus, and focus on the small things. Take it one step at a time. You know that Blink 182's on all the small things? They have to focus on all the small things. Want to tie up this game. Keep it simple. Don't make anything too fancy. Stop turning over the puck.
Yep, you have to do that. And again, we had some YouTube questions here. Who is your favorite team? Well, alongside Alec right now, who's just giving you the analysis, Pittsburgh Penguins for him, Red Wings for me. So a little bit of a blood rival on that side for both of us, but this is fun to watch. We generally cover all the NHL. We mix in between basketball, baseball, everything else, but we enjoy the Stanley Cup playoffs. This is the best time of the year.
Sure is. When you have a Stanley Cup playoffs that's as wide open as this one entering the playoffs, you're in for some entertainment, and we did get our entertainment in the first round. The Boston-Toronto never-ending saga. And you get the best series with Dallas and Vegas.
Absolutely. I agree with you completely. I asked on the YouTube side, we didn't get as much foot traffic. I understand Mother's Day traveling and all that, but still happy to stream. How far does the series go? We only have a few votes. A couple say 6, a couple say 7. Nobody is saying 5 games, so we're at least going to get a decent sized series. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree with this. I think this goes 7 games. These two teams are too good to not have it end in 7.
We'll see if that happens again. And if you're Dallas, I imagine that they're hoping that doesn't happen because you don't want to play 2 7-game series to start the playoffs, but you got to win however you can do it. Which I thought was brilliantly called by Alec. This one will go back to the Stars off the neutral zone draw. They just need to regroup. Again, they're only down a goal, and you got 2 minutes and 45 seconds for a team like Colorado. That's so much time. They don't look like themselves right now. And again, you got to credit Dallas and credit Jake Ottinger, but I'm also discrediting Colorado. They got to look better here in the game 4, especially. Somehow tie this up and just be a little bit less sloppy because I agree with all your points. As it's Gerard, we'll send this one back. Now Georgiev watching his own end. It'll be Sam Gerard. 49's got it. He'll make the outstretched pass from 40. And again, bounces off a stick, goes all the way down the ice. They tried to find Nathan MacKinnon there. They couldn't do it. Now down off the rush. Here is Roope Hintz as he will send this back around the embankment. And now an opportunity for Casey Middlestat. Left to go in regulation. Nathan MacKinnon. Georgiev. He's starting to make his way to the bench. It's kept in. Middlestat. Touching off the wall, way too hard for Nichushkin. Dallas should be able to get rid of this puck. We'll see if Colorado can force anything. Near the right side boards. Here's Seguin. Fire to the empty net. He scores!
Bullseye. Tyler Seguin now 3 goals. I know this one's an empty netter, but it shows a perfect game being played by Dallas in game 3. They played it to their liking. To shut down Colorado, force them into mistakes, some being forced errors, others being unforced errors, and if you're Seguin, you have one, knowing that you now have 2 goals already in this game, 3 overall.
I know this is very early to say, Alec, but I think Tyler Seguin is playing as good as he's ever been, as good as when he was a Bruin.
Yeah, you can say that back to when he was days sporting the number 19. It's now being worn by Johnny Beecher, but Seguin is back to form. With Dallas, back to his peak days when it looks like this recent run as the Stars making that their eyes are all lit up.
Yeah, they should be. I completely agree with that side. Georgiev will go to the bench one more time. This will get iced, so I'll have to probably go back here. He's going to make that long trek back to the goal crease.
Stretch out ice. This one made its way out onto the crowd, up into the netting. Out of the crowd, so we're going to have a face-up outside the Dallas end. But you may need a miracle here. You were to score twice in the final 78.
Yes, we can say this, Alec. It's only a 2-1 series, and you had 2 games in which Cale Makar doesn't get any points, but you're only down 2-1. That can't happen again in game 4. I'm just saying it now. MacKinnon was able to get on the score sheet, but if Cale Makar is off the score sheet for 3 straight games, I don't care if it's Dallas's defense or something. I'm throwing out the Batman signal in the sky.
I mean, you need to get some help if Makar has held up the score sheet for 3 straight games. 1 game, it's a 1-up. 2 games, it's eyebrow raisers. 3 games, you got to be signaling for some help.
Yeah, again, Colorado to me, and I thought you said it perfectly. We bounced back and forth throughout this one. I'm giving Jake Ottinger and the Dallas Stars perfect credit. We said that from the first period game, doing what they need to do. Colorado, I think, is capable of playing better. We have not seen that in this series. They were able to steal game 1. They've not started out on time. Dallas has been the better team. And that is a pass that's just got to be hit near the right side, as this was picked up, bobbled, and now near the right side. Here's an opportunity. Nathan MacKinnon. He'll slow up, try to make a play. Risker. This gets blocked. Now near the right side. Got seconds left to go in this third. Robertson. Wide open Stankoven. And why not? Give it to the youngster. I love it.
Why not? Indeed. How about 2 goals? Make it sweet for this young buck. That's 2 goals apiece for Stankoven and Seguin. These have got to feel good for these 2. The vets. I know for all things considered around for Logan Stankoven, that's a good. These 2 last possessions were perhaps the most crucial defensive possessions for Dallas to ice this one up, and they can stay home or stay at their hotel knowing they're up 2-1 in this series now. That one is official.
Yeah, and it says an awful lot, doesn't it, Alec, about guys like Logan Stankoven and Wyatt Johnson that you can play in a top 6 role and also pretty much convert at any time they want to and play great defense. You don't get that usually out of 19 and 20-year-olds.
You don't. It's rare to see that on an instant impact on a team like Dallas.
So Colorado, I don't want to use the word embarrassed, but they did not play well in their own building, and they're going to fall 4-1, empty as I've seen Ball Arena on the ice in a long time.
It feels like you hear a pin drop here at the arena. Even though you had the majority of shots 30-23, it feels like most of these shots that are of higher quality came from Dallas's end. For Colorado, it feels like you just feel defeated in that third period. Too much sloppy passes around. Just too many mistakes. Too many mental errors you got yourself into. You almost had that 1 goal for Nathan MacKinnon in that first period. That was the only one in which I felt that could have been 50-50, but Dallas rushed back just on time to prevent that from coming up all the way, and that led to Dallas breaking free. And they continued to shut down Colorado on both ends of the ice. This is good as we've seen the Stars here in Game 3.
Yeah, I want to use this analogy, and I hope you guys can follow along with me. You know the Neapolitan ice cream flavor, correct? chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. One side of the ice cream, nobody likes strawberry, so they won't have it. Well, the strawberry was probably too many turnovers and some sloppy play there for the Colorado Avalanche. I think one side of the ice cream nobody's going to touch, and if Colorado doesn't play any better, their season might melt away as well. This game 4 is going to be big.
Yeah, must-win territory for the Avalanche in next game.
We'll see what happens. Again, it was a fun, exciting hockey, a lot of exciting series. I'll probably jump back on the Monday, Tuesday side once I get the schedule squared away. Wednesday will be a Sharks celebration, and then figure out maybe a couple things toward the weekend. So you take care, Alec, and tell your mom the same thing. Happy Mother's Day, like I will mine. It's been a good weekend, good dinner, and all of that.
Hey, yeah, and tell your mom that I said Happy Mother's Day to her too.
Same thing. Again, we will see you guys next week. Have a good one, Alec. Thank you for joining me.
You too. Thanks. And good night, everyone.
Have a good one, everybody. We'll talk. FMC says this. I have stars and 5, says Nears and Canes. That is fantastic work by you if you have that. I don't think that's going to be the case, Nears. I feel like Colorado's got to play better. Stars did what they did today. Great work there for them and Ottinger. But if they play like this, you might be right. But they got to find another gear. Hurricanes reverse sweep. Oilers in 6. Florida in 6 also. Hurricanes reverse sweep. That's a lot for you. And again, you have to say that because of Canes. I get that. That is not going to happen. But don't let it take your confidence away just because I say it. Be hopeful and believe in yourself. But yes, I'm with you there on Florida. And for Oilers in 6, that was my initial thought. But the way Vancouver has played, again, I did the opener alongside Cooper Hopkins. He asked me who were the 2 next players that had to score in that third period. He said, give me 2. So I didn't say Zadorov, but I had JT Miller and Connor Garland. Connor Garland gets the fake slap shot special. FMC says Canucks in 6 or 7. I hope that series goes 7. And with my broadcast partner, FMC, not Alec today, but Cooper the other day, he's a lifelong Flames fan. So I know for him, Elias Lindholm and Nikita Zadorov play big, and they have been in that series. So I think we're kind of pulling for Canucks, although for him, honestly, Canucks, those are bitter rivals. He's probably got to wash his mouth out, but at least you can root for your former team members. And JT Miller, yeah, he has been going crazy. That tip deflection, that was incredible. So we'll see you guys on Monday. I'll be back. I'll post the schedule on the YouTube side, and we'll get started again. Enjoy the Mother's Day tomorrow. Peace.